Sure,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So I can record. Okay, good. Now
May I
next.
have your recording permissions,
May I have
please?
your
Okay.
consent? Get back. I'm
All
just
right.
kidding.
Next.
Back,
Okay.
boy.
Next is that. Okay, obviously standard battle assumptions. Obviously,
Define standard battle assumptions.
by versus battle wiki.
I don't agree to all of them.
You don't agree to all of them.
Nope, I don't.
Okay, what do you not agree with?
That's via an ignorance. I don't know all of them, so I don't agree to all of them.
What I just said, like versus battle, like wiki
Yeah,
or
I
standard
don't
battle
know all the
assumptions.
standard battle assumptions, so I'm not going to agree to them.
So you're not. You want to read up on them real quick?
No, I don't. I think you can bring it up within the debate, and I'll tell you if I agree with it or not.
Okay, so you want me to just tell you that our characters are going to be fighting bloodlusted, but they're still in character. Like they're in character, but they're willing.
Bloodlusted, but there's. I think that's a contradiction.
Okay.
I think bloodlusted, at least by like a colloquial definition, would just mean they would use anything possible to win a fight.
Okay.
I think
so,
in character limits the. I think.
Yeah.
Wait. Can I get out my point, please?
Yes. Wait.
I think in character means they would do what's within their character to win the fight, and they wouldn't go outside of that.
Okay.
I think that's a contradiction.
Well, okay, so I'm fine with them going in character, whatever they do in character, just to win a fight. I'm just saying they're gonna be in character, but they're gonna be willing to kill.
Wanting to kill is different than bloodlusted. Please make yourself clear before you make a claim. All right. Yeah, I don't have an issue with
No,
that.
I mean like I was just didn't explain it properly, the standard battle
Yeah.
assumptions. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, good. All right. So next thing, obviously, I'm gonna be asking you a lot of questions. Sorry, I don't get things faster, people. It's just fine if you. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be asking
you can ask a lot of questions. I'm gonna ask you the same.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with my premise. All right.
No, wait. I already asked you a question. I don't think a premise is necessary. We've already had the thesis and the antithesis within this dialectic.
No.
Why do we have to say like a specific premise?
Well, no, we haven't. We just talked about.
Yeah, we have.
standard
You
battle
think Wonder
assumptions.
View wins, and I think the antithesis of
Did I
that.
say he wins?
Yes, you did.
No,
That's the
didn't.
entire premise of this
No,
debate.
my premise.
You're taking your character and you're saying, "Oh, you want me to pull up the screenshot right now?"
No.
You said it
That's
in announcement.
outside of the debate. I'm gonna
Okay,
tell you my
why can't I
premise. Let
appeal
me
to that?
say it, please.
You can appeal to that. You can like, why can't I appeal to that? Sure, but if you whip out a premise that I disagree with, I think you concede your original like dialectical point. Go for it.
Okay, so my premise, it doesn't contradict my other premises. That my premise is that there is no way GER can logically win against Wonder Review.
There's no way GR can logically win.
Yes.
What logic are you talking about?
I'm talking about the logic of the series.
The logic of the series.
Yes.
Yeah, but like, what form of logic does that fall under?
It just falls under simple logic, how everything works in the series. In general, I can start
But we don't
explaining.
really know that, do we? We don't know like the ontological premises of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure universe.
Yeah, so actually we do, and that's why I'm going to get into my point of explaining it.
All right, yeah, you can show me that.
Explain my premise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
so,
I think you already put forward your premise.
Yeah.
Now you have to prove your premise.
yeah, I'm going to prove my premise by start scaling. So can you let me do that?
Go for it. Yeah, well, you said you were going to add on to your premise. That's what you said a
Well,
second
I
ago.
better explain it for you because you wanted more information. Wait, you can see
No, I asked just for evidence of it. Will you please turn the background like sound off? I'm not trying to hear it.
There we go.
my bad.
Yeah, thank you. All right, you can go ahead and start scaling.
All right. So, and keep in mind, I'm gonna be moving point by point. So if there's anything you disagree with, stop me immediately, and we're gonna talk about it. All right.
Oh, don't worry, I definitely won't.
Okay. So the flow of calamity is the flow of reason, which is logic. Okay. Quote. I'm gonna quote.
Can I see the
this.
scan for that?
Yeah. I'm also gonna quote it too. Okay. I'm not done like saying my point.
Yeah,
So,
I'd just like to see it.
Okay, quote, the flow of calamity, right? This is the quote. The logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain. And here's
Bro, just show me the scan. I don't care what you're saying. I'm just going to assume it's not true until you see it. Okay, let me
Hey,
read.
calm down, bro. Stop aping. Like, chill.
I'm not aping. Will you define aping?
Oh my goodness.
You can laugh all you want. I think that's just a gap of a rhetorical skill. Yeah, I can read it. The act of pursuing me is certain to become a severe disaster. That is sent back to the attacker. That is because the flow of calamity is the flow of reason. And logic of this world is linked together through a continuous chain. Okay, why does this mean, like, this never equivocates the flow of calamity in logic itself?
No, it does. It just says the logic of
Where?
this world is linked together in a continuous chain. He's describing the flow of calamity.
I think this actually differentiates the two.
No.
So it's saying let's call the flow of calamity X, all right? And let's call the flow of reason Y. Bro, I swear, every single time this girl has the worst timing, bro. She'd be texting me in the middle of a debate. Okay. Let's call the flow of reason Y, and let's call the flow of logic Z. I think it sets up X and Y as equivocable, but I think Z, it verbatim states and makes the kind of differentiation there. Bro, I low-key gotta call this girl. Can we debate later? I told her I'd answer.
Okay then.
Yeah.
You can't. Doxing can't stop a bullet, my friend.
All right. So, anyways, once
Damn,
again,
what?
I'll state the premise again, just being sure. So the premise. No way. The
Don't
argument
restate
logically
the premise.
went. Now I'm gonna go to the AP Haxon region. All right. So, the first scan that I posted is, that one right there, which refers to what I said in the beginning, which is the flow of calamities, the flow of reason, which is logic.
Yeah, and we already did this. I don't want to make it circular here. What's your issue with the
Because
analogy?
you left the debate. You had to do something.
Yeah, but I understand your point, so there's no reason to be circular, okay?
Well, what? Okay, I explained to you why I did this. Okay,
Yeah, but it didn't make any sense. I don't care. I can explain to you like why your grandma is actually an African princess. Like if it doesn't make any sense, I can explain it to you all day.
What?
You explained to me, and it was kind of retarded.
How is it?
So let's just continue with the point.
Okay, so how is this point retarded?
It's retarded because I already refuted it, and I think my refutation is valid without a counter refutation against it. I brought up an analogy about X, Y, and Z, and you never contended it. So what's your contention? Or like until I'm going to assume it's like a follow.
I didn't even get to address it because you left. What the hell?
Actually, you had plenty of time. You had like a solid 30 seconds to say something, but you can do it now.
No, like, can you say your analogy again, like, bro?
Yeah. So I think the first two, X and Y. Do you understand what that means, or do I need to further explain?
You need to further explain. I think you're putting this in a way that's hard for me to understand on purpose.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't really care. Okay. So we have the disaster or the calamity, which would be X, which is verbatim correlated to the flow of reason, which would be Y. But we have something that's discontented, which is the logic, the thing that strings the world together. This could be equally interpreted from my position as a Z or a separate exterior from X and Y completely.
Are you saying that the flow of reason?
Yeah, no, I'll continue. So I think the argument that you're making that all three are correlating with each other isn't true within your own substance. Go for your account.
Wait, so you're saying that because no, he actually says this all together in one panel. There's no way that
does it matter? Wait, does it matter? I can say this. Let's say I have a panel of Gwenpool saying, "Oh, I am stronger than vision," and then in the next panel it says that vision would be equal to, or I mean within the panel, vision would be equal to Goku or something like that, something ridiculous. We can understand that even it's in the same panel, they could have completely different contexts.
Wait, how can they have completely? Okay, so here I'm just gonna explain to you what you just said. So essentially, okay, so what you said that this character's stronger than Vision, right?
I'm saying Gwenpool could say, "Oh, I'm stronger than Vision," and then say Goku's stronger than Vision. Okay. I mean, Vision stronger than Goku, but there could be like completely different context. Also, wait, these aren't the same panel. You see the
they are
mix.
Dude, they're literally in this.
Wait, it breaks apart. I want you to look at that. Look at the one where its head is. There's a clear distinction between that and the next panel.
No, there's not.
You want me to screenshot it? Like, if you're that blind, I can screenshot.
No,
1 second.
Literally. Okay, I'm looking at the panel right now.
And I'm screenshotting for you so you can see my point. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, real quick.
Yeah. There's like a quick, clear differentiation there. See?
No. I don't.
Yes, there is. Are you blind? We can appeal to the judge right now.
Wait a minute. Right there. Oh, you're saying that. Okay, so I can see the little mini separation, but the thing is about that, and why I can explain this doesn't matter at all, is because literally it's in the same shot. Like you can see.
It doesn't matter.
Wait,
I
yes,
already
it does.
explained
Yes,
that.
it does.
There
Yes, it
can there
does.
can be a Gwynpool panel that like I already analogized this.
Okay, just
It can exist in
because.
the same shot. It could exist in the same shot, but have completely different contexts.
Okay,
So you
so
equivocating this statement to the other two statements, I think is pretty ridiculous.
wait, so why don't you agree about that in general? Like it's really in the
Because I
same
think
thing.
you're conflating context when there's no substance to allow that.
Okay, so what's wrong with him saying that the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain after he
I
just
don't have an
talked
issue with
about
that.
the flow of
I have
reason?
an issue with you equivocating that to the flow of calamity when there can be completely different context.
Okay, so you're saying that they're complete. Okay, the flow of calamity has nothing to do with logic. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's a straw man.
No,
So if
I'm
you're going to
just
continue to be
asking. No,
fallacious,
I'm
that's fine.
not accusing you of saying all that. I'm asking, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying?
No, you were attacking that point.
No,
At
I'm
least
trying
what
to
was your intent?
understand what you're saying. Like, bro.
All right, and I'll explain. I'll explain to you again. I'll like dumb it down in layman's terms. All right, you ready?
Go for it.
Are you ready? Yes or no? Okay. So my argument is you cannot conflate the context because there's no clear connection between the logic statement and the reason equals calamity statement. There's no way you can conflate these two. And you said they exist in the same panel, which I then disproved and analogized your counter refutation of them being in the same shot, which you couldn't contend properly. So I think until you prove the context here, I think you like fail in this argument.
No, actually,
We can appeal
the
to the judge from here
context. Actually,
because I don't want to state this again.
Well, wait a
Wait,
minute.
what do you
No,
think?
I'm gonna keep responding to this because I say that it all exists in sync. Literally, all the statements flow together as one. Because in that same panel, he's talking about like the act of pursuing him, right? Certain disaster. Then he explains that is because the flow of calamity is the flow of reason, and then he continues on saying that the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain. In that second panel, to the left.
No, I don't think that's true. Why can't the statement end right there with the why can't the statement end right there with the punctuation mark?
Let me finish.
Why can't the statement
Let
end
me
right there?
finish. Let me finish.
I let you finish.
No, you
I didn't interrupt
I
you.
didn't even get to finish this. Okay, if I'm saying let me finish,
You made your
clearly don't let
central
me finish.
argument. Okay, add on to your
No.
argument with something new, and I'll concede.
No, I don't need to do what you want me to do. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Okay, go for it. But like, you're gonna
Let me
continue
finish.
just be fallacious. Go for it.
I'm not being fallacious.
I'll allow you. I already explained where you are. I'll allow you to continue to be fallacious. Go.
Why do you think I'm being fallacious?
Okay, so now you're moving off the point. Oh,
No, I'm
proves my
asking-
point before. You had nothing more to add. You're such a liar.
What? No,
Okay,
I'm asking.
why are you
because
being
if I say-
fallacious? Because
Yes,
you're
why am I
conflating two
fallacious?
things that I proved with no solid contention to be completely unrelated.
They are related because he's talking about them in sync.
Why is that true? Why can't the statement end right there with the punctuation mark and the next thing can just be completely
I don't
different
know.
statement?
Ask the author, but it looks like you're just going off an assumption that they don't correlate when they clearly do.
I'm just being skeptical here. I'm giving you an
you're
equal
being
interpretation. I'm not
overly
making a positive assertion.
Okay, so where do we draw from here, right? So we draw.
What do we
this
draw from here? I think we draw that your initial statement using the scan is like not true.
No,
Like
I
the
think
proposition
that-
can't be made true
I think
because there's an
you're trying
equal
to draw from
interpretation.
that.
There's an equal interpretation that blatantly disagrees with it.
An equal interpretation that has no evidence, really.
It doesn't matter.
It
Wait.
does matter. You have no evidence. So you just admitted you have no evidence. why you're
No
making that
substance.
claim.
Yeah, sure. No, I have no substance
Sure?
within
okay,
this.
then we can move on to the second point.
Yeah, sure. I don't think that's a defeater though. You know
Okay.
why? Because like I'm just taking
I
a
don't care
skeptical
why.
position. Yeah, you cannot care why. That's invincible ignorance. That's another fallacy. All right.
Okay.
Because I gave you
Now
an
moving
equal,
on to the second
equal
point.
interpretation of the substance you already provided. That's a skeptical claim. That's negative. I don't have to have like new substance for that.
Okay, cool. So you have I have a positive claim that I just proved, and you have a negative claim you have no proof for. Good. All right, let's move on.
You didn't prove it. I gave you an equal interpretation.
No, I did prove it.
No,
The hell?
let's
It's
finish
in
the
the same
point.
panel. It's right there. I'm not gonna move on with this. We could let the judge decide for this, but
Yeah,
I
let's
made a
judge it right now.
positive
Let's judge it
claim.
right now. Let's judge it right now.
No,
Let's
I'm
judge it
gonna
right
move
now.
on to my second point. What the hell, dude? Come on.
Well, can we finish this point by point? I don't want to get shotgunned. I want to have judgment on this.
Okay, so fine. Let's have judgment on this then.
All right, go give your conclusion, Robert.
My conclusion for this specific point:
Yeah, this specific point.
that the flow of calamity is the flow of reason, which is logic, and then he says right after that the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain.
Yeah, sure. Can I get my conclusion now?
Sure.
Yes? No? Okay. Yeah.
Lie.
Okay. So my first point is, I brought up multiple fallacies. By the way, he didn't contend. I'll just run with that being like very fallacious in all of his arguments,
Wait,
especially
so,
where there's no conclusion.
okay.
Don't interrupt me within my conclusions, JobberGodot. Chill out. Okay.
Okay, calm down, dude.
Well, I didn't do that to you. That's like common courtesy.
Yeah, go
Anyways,
ahead.
I'll get back to my original position before someone interrupted me. I brought up multiple fallacies. He didn't contend. I think that would imply he has no contention to his argument being fallacious. Of course, that's what a fallacy proves. My argument was a skeptical argument, saying within his substance, he could not prove a solid correlation or a continuity within these two statements. I agreed that X and Y could exist within a continuity, but I said Z, by virtue of it being a separate statement, having its own end and existing in a different panel, could be completely non-related and could exist in a completely different context. He then attacked me by saying I have no proof. I agreed I have no substance. A negative skeptical claim that exists purely as an equal interpretation does not demand new substance. That's fine with me. Finally, he brought up the point of it existing in one shot. I gave him like an analogy he didn't contend, how there could be one shot with different contexts existing within it. That's my final point. Hype, what's your opinion?
So wait, can I actually respond to something on that? Because actually,
You cannot respond to a conclusion, no.
Nah, this is the conclusion.
Oh, the conclusion. Okay.
So hold on, I'm gonna okay. I just got like speed blitz, right? So I'm gonna have to ask Jobber for clarification on like one thing, just so I can like give a better judgment. But what's it called? Let's go back to the scan that you sent, Jobber. You said okay. So you're basically saying that flow of calamity equals flow of reason, and then you're saying that flow of reason equals logic?
Yes. You wanna know why?
Wait, how?
Because literally, it's all stated in a single like literally two panels, right? Wonderview is talking about that exactly, and then he says, in quote, like literally, you can see it to the left, right there. He says right after he said the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain. He says to overcome that and reach me, which he's by far he's saying literally that if you read that panel right there, because he says that is because the flow of calamity is the flow of reason. Then he goes on to say that the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain, and then he ends it by saying to overcome that which we just described, which is the logic of the world, which came from the flow of calamity, which is the flow of reason, and to overcome all that and to reach him is impossible. It's not possible. That is why I'm saying that the
in my attack of that hype, just to make it clear, was like I just attacked from a skeptical position on how.
Hold on. I think he was still talking.
I was still talking.
Oh, I didn't hear him. That's my fault. Forgive me.
You're all good.
All right. So, anyways, finally, that all leads into the first point, which I made, which is the flow of calamity is the flow of reason, which is logic, and then we all start this from the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain, and then after that, Wonderview says to overcome that and reach me is not possible. So do you understand?
Okay.
Or like,
and do you understand my position, hype? Like the skeptical interpretation?
A little bit. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand your point quite a bit. But you were gonna say something, so I'm gonna let you say it anyways.
Oh, I was just gonna explain and like clarify to the judge because I want to like a clean dialogue.
Yeah, go ahead. I let Jobber have the clarification.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure it's clear for everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to be like overtalked.
Yeah, go ahead.
My point was just like a skeptical equal interpretation. I never made a positive, and he never proved the continuity, except just giving like pretty much an appeal to like common sense. Like common sense obviously doesn't exist universally. I think that would be like a false assumption.
I never claimed that though. That's like a straw man. I never said that.
It's not a straw man. Do you know what appeal to common sense is?
What? Wait, are you trying to say that what I'm
saying
is... Wait, okay, you know what? Actually, just explain what appeal to common sense is. I put that shit down.
Yeah, you were like pretty much, oh, well, it exists within this one shot. Not the same people, but this one shot, so they must be connected. Like, you're just appealing to, like, this sense of
okay, but I proved
common understanding of that with no proof behind it.
Oh, I mean, okay, so we have different views. I believe I proved it. You believe I didn't prove it. I think my explanation was very simple.
There's continuity in the statements. Yeah, I think I gave it equal interpretation. Now I'm done talking. I'll leave it up to the judge.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me get off the Xbox. Let me actually think.
Control
On the Xbox, playing some Halo, probably.
I'm not playing Halo, but I have Halo.
Okay.
Now
you better
hold
play
on,
that
okay.
while we debate. Play that while we debate.
Wait, what? I'm playing my judge? Yeah, I do that. Like, I've been focusing, obviously, but, like, I need to, like, kind of, like, refresh my mind and shit. All right, so let's see.
I'm using that Opal equal interpretation. What? Get back.
I mean, look, the only issue is, like, Dio was going off on, like, the fucking, like, his whole argument. So I was, like, just trying to figure out what he was saying. And, like, I'm confused on what Jobber was saying, too. So I asked both of y'all for clarification.
I'm trying to make it very clear to you. So, like, because, like, I'm on your side.
Yeah, okay, I understood. Okay, so basically it's more like, okay, Jobber is just saying, okay, flow of calamity equals flow of reason equals logic. And you're saying, well, like, you're kind of giving, like a skeptical point of view to that. Like, obvious. Okay, all right. I'm going to have to get that point to Dio.
What? How? That doesn't make any sense.
So Jobber, I'm going to say this, all right? I think for now we can move on with the debate. If you want to contend or debate if you want to contend my judgment, then we can talk about it after the debate, in my opinion.
Wait a minute. Wait, no. That doesn't make any sense. You have to explain why you
gave
him that judgment.
Oh, I can explain why I gave the judgment, but like any sort of contention by you on my judgment can occur after the debate, in my opinion.
How would I? Okay, I need contention. Okay, as long as your judgment is logically sound, then I won't have contention. So you need to explain.
Okay, all right, that's fine with me. I'm just saying, like, if you have to contend anything, like in that case, then I'd say that we could like leave it until like a later point.
No, I'm not gonna leave it till a later point. Like, I want to know why.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Okay, so
that's all right.
Why do you believe you?
That's cool. Okay, so I believe that Dio won it, obviously, because like with him taking that like skeptical like point of view or like the skeptical argument, then I feel like he isn't really obligated to prove anything or like provide any evidence for his argument, because all he's basically doing is asking you questions. Okay. So like, since obviously like he I think he said in the very beginning of the debate, he was talking about like how he's like, even with the what's it called, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the standard battle assumptions. He was talking about how he doesn't know, but he's like not agreeing to them, like because like it's out of oh my fucking god, my brain is not working right now. But you know what I'm talking about? Like it, like he did it out of like because he didn't know what it was. So he couldn't agree to it, obviously, because he can't agree to saying he doesn't know. And I think throughout the whole debate, he's taking that kind of position. So like, I think with him taking that kind of position, like there is nothing that he needs to supply in order to prove his point, because all he's doing is asking to prove yours. So, and I feel like you didn't really give enough evidence as to why your point should be over his, and I feel like he like did a good job in proving that like he shouldn't have to give any counter evidence to what he said, because all he's doing is just being skeptical.
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, so I want to go point by point with you. What's so wrong? Okay. So his point is that they're both disconnected. These word bubbles, these four are disconnected with each other. These two talk about something else. The other two talk about something else. And I'm saying they're all talking about the same thing, right?
Hold on. Okay, yeah, continue.
He's talking about the same exact thing. And I want to go point by point with you, right? Look.
Yeah, go ahead.
The flow of calamity is the flow of reason. And then he says the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain. Hence why I said that, the flow of calamity, the flow of reason equals logic, because Wonderview confirms this right after that by saying to overcome that and reach me is not possible.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? Like, I feel like that what you just gave me is like what you were arguing during the debate also was kind of surface level. And whenever Dio was being skeptical, obviously, you didn't really like give more of like an in-depth like version of your argument, or like you didn't go in depth as to support what you just said. And that's why like him taking a skeptical position would like ultimately be over yours.
So a skeptical position with like no evidence is over mines with
Well, yeah,
evidence and
because
sound
like
reason.
if
That
he's
doesn't
just
make
sitting
any
there like
sense.
asking you questions and like kind of searching for more evidence within your argument, why is he obligated to prove anything?
Then why is he? Because I already proved my positive claim. I posted my scan. I need him to prove to me that he's not.
No, I don't think you did. That's the thing. I don't think you did prove anything. That's why he was asking you the questions. So like,
Wait,
if
so-
we're getting to a point where if we're getting to a point where he couldn't prove, like you couldn't prove anything, and he was still on that skeptical point of view, then obviously I think he should get the point.
Wait, so if I say that the sky's blue and we all look up and
Oh, I said, hold on. Oh my.
Oh.
All right, yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry. If I say that the sky's blue and I point and show that the sky's clearly blue. and
Hold
the
on,
sky
just give me
says-
3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
All right, I am back. Oh my god, I'm about to have a brain aneurysm. Okay, keep going.
All right. If I say the sky's blue and the sky's clearly blue to everybody, and then
Okay.
Dio says it's red, and I'm like, okay, can you prove it's red? Like, the fuck? It's his obligation to prove. I already proved that the sky's blue.
But I don't think that's like very analogous, because it's like when it comes to like this, you're kind of because like the sky being blue is like moreover seen as kind of objective, right? Like, but in this case, you're making like a
example.
no, yeah, but it's kind of disanalogous to this, so I don't really think you can use it to like support your argument on like why you won the point. Mainly because it's like in this case, you're making it more like a specific argument. That's like not really seen as like completely objective or like a fact within the series. So it's like you are kind of like arguing semantical like stuff, right?
Wait,
in this
so
case,
I'm arguing semantical stuff while he's arguing about panels.
no, like you guys know he's arguing against you and asking you questions. Like he's not like really arguing something specific. All he's doing is sitting there, like as he said, and being skeptical.
Okay,
which is like I think totally acceptable.
I think
but
he is arguing something specific, which is that literally logic. Okay, wonder if the flow of calamity, and the flow of reason.
All right, I'm gonna call you out there because you're lying, or you don't understand one of the two.
No. You said,
I never made a positive claim on anything, Jobber.
No, I'm saying that essentially that's what it boils down to is that you don't believe.
No, it doesn't.
That
What,
You're
can I-
either lying to the judge right now, or you're being
Hey, can y'all chill?
dishonest,
Let me finish.
or
I'm trying
like
to finish.
genuinely didn't understand my
Can
position.
y'all chill? Can y'all chill? All right, here,
Okay.
listen.
Well, I don't appreciate him lying about my position.
I'm not.
That's like a
Okay,
bunch
yeah,
of-
I'll get into it. Don't worry about it.
What? Okay, I'm just saying that. Okay, clearly, right? These two bubbles to the left and the two bubbles to the right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I say that the flow of calamity is the flow of reason, which is
Mm-hmm.
the logic that is linked together in that continuous like chain in the world, right? And then even when
Mhm.
he confirms it to the left scan, he's saying
Yeah.
that since the panels are divided, that wonder if you must clearly be talking about something completely else and completely different.
Not necessarily. He literally said in his argument that like it may or may not be true.
Wait,
Like
so-
he's like
okay, that's
is
the
it
problem.
not? Like
What?
he was kind of asking you for validity as like when he presented that, it was like, as we said, it was skeptical. So like he's telling you like, would this possibly disprove your argument? He's not saying that like 100% like this is his positive position.
Okay. So what?
So it's like when it comes down to everything, if you're gonna argue semantics to him and he's just gonna be like skeptical, and if we get to a point within the debate where you haven't really provided like evidence to befit his needs or prove your argument to him, then he's gonna get the point.
No.
Why not?
No. Okay. Literally, it's all explained in that single sentence. Okay, I can understand the skepticism, but I've already provided my evidence of why you shouldn't be skeptical in the first place.
Jobber, I'm just gonna appeal to your like intuition a little bit. Don't you think when like two people have solid reasoning, and you resort to just saying knowing no and being circular, don't you think like we might have a logical position here?
No.
All right, yeah, that proves my point even more. Like your answer. That's
I need another judgment.
We can move on. We can move on. I think that
because
proves my
that-
point
I'll
even
just
more.
make a
Make
simple
no
analogy.
sense
No,
at all.
look. I don't want to move on because I don't want to make it like seem unfair for Jobber. I want to give him time to argue. Like,
Because you're giving your reason. Like you're giving.
no, I
your
am
reason.
giving him my reasoning, but I feel like he doesn't understand it fully. So I'm just going to kind of explain it like just like in a quick analogy or like a quick example. So more like, okay, so in this case, you have like it's like a condensed version of what happened. So we're having Jobber make a positive argument, right? So Jobber makes a positive argument that flow of calamity equals logic through like a semantical aspect of the scan that he said.
Semantical? It's in the same. Bro, look at that. He literally confirms.
Do you know what semantics
Who
are?
else is talking in that panel? Who else is talking?
No. Semantics are the meaning of sentences and words. It doesn't have to be a conversational thing. So you're like, Jabra, are you or are you not arguing to him that what Wonder of You is saying can be interpreted as flow of calamity equals flow of logic?
Yes, through that.
Okay,
through
then
what
you're
he's
arguing
saying right then and
semantics.
there. How's okay,
Then you're arguing semantics.
Okay, so what is the negation towards that? What's the proof that he isn't?
Okay, look, there is no negation. He's being skeptical, as we said before. So it's up to you to prove to him, which I don't think you did, and that's why I'm giving you the point.
Wait, what?
And like, if I can continue my example, I'm saying like a more of a condensed like version of what's happening. I'm telling you this, right? So Jobber, you're saying that, okay, semantically this can be interpreted as flow of calamity equals flow of logic or whatever, right? So, and then Dio says, well, like he takes a skeptical position and says, well, I don't understand how that proves that. And he keeps asking questions. And then he brings up the fact that like whenever he brings up the whole like panels thing, like there's 2 panels or whatever, he's not making a completely positive assertion that like that completely disproves your argument. Like he's been taking a skeptical stance the whole time.
Wait.
That's why he's saying like he's asserting a possibility that it could disprove your argument, not that it 100% does.
All right, so you're saying he's asserting a possibility, and I want to be sure. Did I hear that you just said you gave me the point?
No, I gave him the point.
But you gave him the point for being skeptical over someone who posted evidence.
No, I gave him the point because you didn't supply enough evidence to shoot down his skeptical.
You didn't attack my equal interpretation, and if you're making a positive and can't disprove an equal interpretation, that would mean you cannot like make a true proposition.
Okay.
Like it would be unfalsifiable and not made true either. There's no truth value attached to your claim.
So here, explain his equal interpretation again.
What do you mean?
Dude, do you want me to explain it again?
Yes.
Oh, didn't we just debate on this point?
Yes, explain.
Look,
how many times do I have to explain my equal interpretation? I'm not a broken record. Like, I don't know, bro.
I mean,
we have a judgment, and I've explained it to you 5 times.
Over and over again for you.
I am fine. Wait, no. Honestly, if you're asking me to prove it again, I think I'm just gonna like low-key shut that down because I'm not interested in proving something we already have judgment on that I've told you like 5 times.
I don't agree with the judgment. I think that's stupid.
I don't care if you don't agree with the judgment. Like it's a judgment that exists. Let's say like I debate Trini right now, and Trini dog walks me, and like and the judge is like someone competent, like no luck or something like that. I can disagree with that judgment all day from no luck. That doesn't make it less valid.
Okay. I don't.
So
like,
I mean,
you can disagree with judgment all you want. Like honestly, I'm not very interested in something we already have judgment on that I've already explained 5 times. If you want to move on and concede this point, that's fine.
I'm not moving on conceding this point because I believe I won this point. I'm winning now.
All right. Yeah, you can believe that. Sure.
No, because
but like everybody, that's just
also,
you.
When he says that the logic of this world is linked together, continuous chain, do you even know what reason means? Like I can get semantical then.
I know what reason is. Yeah, I know what reason is. I think reason's very subjective.
You think reason's very subjective?
Okay, we're moving on to this point now.
Wait, hold on. Don't move on to a different argument.
That's what I'm asking. Can we move on to this point?
No,
that's
okay.
Fine.
So do you believe? Okay. I got a question for you. Do you think that reason isn't based in logic?
I'm asking. This is a different position. Are we moving on to this?
No, it's not a different position. It's not a different
position. Yes, it is.
Because
It's a completely different argument. If you're going to claim this is the original argument, that's a red herring. But if you're going to say it's a new point, that's fine. This is a different argument. This is not connected to your previous argument.
No, I'm asking you a question. Just answer the question.
Yeah, but it's not entailed in your previous argument. So we're moving on.
Hold on.
It's in the same scale.
Hold on. Jobber, so are you done like contending my judgment, or are you moving on to a different argument?
No, I'm not done contending your judgment. Because
then I'm not interested in red herring fallacy. Yeah, I'm not interested in you being fallacious.
It's not a red herring fallacy because it's what he says. The fuck?
No, it is a red herring because
he says
point in the substance when you're referring to before. So you're either conceding the last point and we're moving on.
No, I'm not conceding. I'm still on the point. The first point,
more fallacious than you already are, Jobber. What do you not understand?
The flow of calamity is the flow of reason, which is logic.
Yeah, but this didn't exist in the substance you were arguing before. This is a new point.
I'm not okay. So I'm not moving on from the previous point. I'm adding.
Why not?
Jobber, hold on. Look. I have to clear this up. Okay, So Jobber, we went over a point, right? So if you would disagree with my judgment on the point, you can obviously contend it as we were doing, and you're making an argument, a specific argument based on what was went over during that point. And now what you're doing is you're adding on more. So you're technically starting a new argument. So I mean, I'm just giving you like a kind of like a two-way road, like there's two paths you can go down here. You can either keep cutting my judgment using the argument that you're previously using, or you can make a new argument and basically indirectly or directly just move on with the first point and accept my judgment for it. So unless you accept my judgment, then you can keep on arguing against my judgment. And it's like,
Nah, we need a
you
second.
can't make on new points based on like a previous point. Like,
Nah, I need a second judge here because that judge is.
I don't agree to a second judge. I already agreed to what we already agreed to. I don't agree to a second judge.
look, I feel like I gave like perfect reasoning as to why Dio would win the point. I mean, what we could do if you want is we can ask people in the VC what they think, and I mean we can just get an opinion from there.
Yeah,
I mean,
but also you have to think this is like Jobber's server, so Loki might be good.
that's cool. But like Isk, I mean, Isko's here the whole time. Isk, what do you think?
I don't know who
Isk,
is.
what do you think?
Go for Isk.
I'll be honest, I haven't heard the entirety of the argument, so I think I get the gist of them from what you guys are explaining, where it's like Jobber's arguing like the statements, and you're taking the skeptical thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't know who I'd give it to exactly at the moment. Personally, I'm just a little I don't know, maybe upset because I feel like Jobber could argue this better.
Yeah, well, I can just condense it for you. Basically, what's happened up to this point is, so Jobber argues that like semantically, it can be interpreted that one of you is saying that the flow of calamity equals logic, and Dio is taking kind of like a negative, skeptical like point or like a skeptical argument or a stance, and kind of like asking Jobber to prove things and like asserting possibilities and whatever, not actually making a solid like positive argument or assertion. So what Jobber's trying to do is he's trying to like have Dio prove things when he's not necessarily required to prove them, obviously, when he's taking a negative skeptical stance. And then why I gave Dio the point is because I don't think that Jobber really did enough. Like, he didn't really argue enough based on what Dio asked of him to prove that, obviously it can be semantically interpreted as one review saying logic equals flow of calamity. So, like...
Well, yeah, but I feel like the main reasoning behind that was mostly because Jobber's trying to grandstand like the first argument. But, like, yeah, I feel like he kind of did need a little bit more on that. But, like, I still do technically agree with Jobber's point. Not saying I think he won it, though.
I'm asking what you think you won.
Like, you can agree with Jobber's point or whatever, but, like, I'm talking about, like, who do you think, like, won this based on arguments that
I pretty much already explained it. I said, well, I technically agree. I feel like he should have done a bit better than just grandstanding that first thing.
Okay, well, then, does that mean that you think that Dio technically won, or what?
Yeah, I would probably say based on what was argued so far, Jobber needs a bit more proof.
Okay, well then, Jobber, there's your opinion from the VC. I don't understand why, like, me judging is, like, bad, because we had another opinion from someone else who thinks the exact same thing. So, I think I can be credible in this, case.
Alright, fine. So, then fine, we're just gonna move on to the next point then.
First concession? Gang. First concession? Alright,
let's go. Relax, Dio. Don't be a monkey. Just continue.
I'm a proud monkey. Hype. What?
Oh, slimy goon. Alright, continue, guys.
My name is literally Monkey King. What? That was my
Your name is Dio, you fucking dumbass.
Alright, Monkey King. What?
Continue. Okay. I don't want to hear you bitching. Continue.
Alright, boyfriend. Go for it, Jobber.
Shut up. Okay, shut up. Let's go.
Give me a sec real quick.
Alright.
Okay, so the next point is that, give me a sec, posting this, there we go. Alright, next point. So, worlds in JoJo are universes, D4C dimension hops to parallel dimensions that are referred to as worlds.
Okay, can I see a scan for that?
Right here.
The emergence of a new world. This can be regarded as a parallel universe. Although the new age has begun, it is a new world in which these time-traveling organisms by already predestined. Even if someone insignificant as an ant is included. With next, I mustn't stay in this world any longer. Okay. I'm gonna still man this for now. What's your argument?
All right. Second is that obviously the JoJo multiverse is infinite in the number of them, and they're logically understood in verse.
Okay, I'll still man that too. What's your next point?
Okay, so that Wonder View is a hybrid of a stand and a person as the head doctor, and a stand is the mind and soul, and Wonder View seemingly died mind, body, and soul, and came back because he's logic.
Can I see a scan for that?
All right.
Jobber hush mode?
This is taking a bit. No, I'm getting my scans.
All right. Just by the way, I'm gonna attack this world argument in a second.
I'm gonna attack your nuts.
I know you are, boy. Get in my bedroom.
Shut up.
Wait a minute. You're trying to attack the world argument that we just moved
Yeah,
on.
I'm going to in a second. That's why I steel manned it.
Okay, then. Give me a sec here. God damn it. Fuck. Wait a minute.
Bing bong. Bing
Wait a
bong.
minute.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Hold on. You said you needed more evidence for the first one, right?
We're off that point, bro. You're trolling.
So wait. No, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, then fine. All right. I'll just argue it again.
No, you won't. You're not arguing the same point you already conceded on.
How can I bring it back then? I'm trying to think here.
Metric tons of Lumos topsoil. Loki look better too. Wait, is there 3 pieces
right,
of bread
I
in a
can't-
Big Mac?
You're right. I can't go back to it, but I
don't
can
even
make
know.
a new one.
Yeah, just show me your point about the world, something about hybrid stands or something like that.
Okay, here you go.
Bing bong.
All right. Here it is.
It's not funny, boy. Shut up.
Aren't you black? Oh, wait, 1 second.
Don't you live on like a Colombian island, like in fucking Point Nemo, like it's Far Cry 3, dumbass boy?
That's powerful. That's powerful. All right, what is this supposed to prove, and what do I need to read?
The scans I just posted, you need to read. I'm saying.
Yeah, what's it supposed to
for
prove?
Wonder
Did you
View
ignore
is
the first part of my question on purpose? Or?
I mean, you just interrupted me. Can you let me finish?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Make yourself speak with your chest more. Maybe that would help.
Okay, so Wonder View is a hybrid of a stand and a person as the head doctor. A stand is the mind and soul, and Wonder View seemingly died mind, body, and soul, and came back because he's logic.
Because he's logic.
Yes,
Why does that prove it's because he's logic?
because they say he's calamity energy, which is logic.
Didn't you just concede this point a second ago?
No, I'm going to make a new point. That calamity is logic.
No. That's the same exact point you made a second ago.
No, it's not. I just said the calamity's logic. I didn't say exactly.
Wasn't that your point before?
No, actually, you want to know exactly what my point is before? Because why I can say.
Yeah, I do. Because it sounds like it's the same thing.
Nope, it's that the flow of calamity is the flow of reason, which is logic. I just said calamity is just logic.
Okay, where's the proof of that?
You want me to post the proof of that? That calamity's logic?
Yeah.
I got you, fam. All right, let's go.
Also, wait 1 second. If he's calamity energy, why do you think that makes him scale to calamity?
Wait, what?
Because I can be solar energy, but I wouldn't scale to the sun.
Because, wait, so you're saying that just because he's that doesn't mean he literally is that? Or is that what you're saying?
No, you said he was calamity energy, right?
Yes. which is logic.
My point is, you can be solar energy, but you won't scale to the sun.
No, he scales to it. He literally came back because of it and uses it.
Okay, can you show me him scaling because he's energy? Like, I think that doesn't inherently mean he scales to calamity itself.
I don't think you read the scans that like help prove my point, but
I just did read the scans. Maybe you want to point it out and make yourself more clear until you like keep being fallacious, because that's another fallacy.
all right, so
But continue.
okay, a natural law of calamity, right? So even without the user control it, like he's the will of the head doctor, the calamity still goes. He's literally the laws of their world. The law, like you.
The natural law? What do you think natural law means?
It's just a law. It doesn't matter what exactly like was. I mean, it's basically a constant in their world, which is logic. They
Okay,
make it
who's stating
very
this?
clear. I'm
Who
going
is
to put
stating
my
this?
evidence though. Can you like let me do that? Like while
I thought you did put your evidence, because you appealed to former scans. Just a second ago.
well, no, I'm also like putting like more stuff there too. Like,
Yeah. So please make your point after you finish your evidence. Go for it. Also, hype, did you see that Kanye West posted a picture of a skinned monkey on his Instagram?
Yeah. Posted a picture of Frank up on there.
That was wild. I was scrolling through my page, but I just see a skinned monkey. I'm like, that's a block. What?
I was like, what the hell? Kanye's blocked? He follows me though, so
Does he still, or did he unfollow?
yeah, he still follows me.
That is such a flex. That's like
On God.
low key finna hack your account so I can tell all my friends that Kanye follows me.
Bro, that's what I do. Like every time like I meet like a girl, I'm like, hey yo, you know that Kanye West follows me on Instagram? They're like, oh.
Didn't you already post these scans? These are all above.
does it matter? Because I'm arguing a new point.
Yeah, you said you were posting new evidence.
He
Alright.
posted them again.
What the heck? No, I didn't post the same exact scans from up above.
Are you retarded?
Wait. You posted one of them.
Is that necessary?
Wait,
to
all
say?
you posted
Wait, so
all
I
those scans
posted
in the
one
past.
of them. Okay.
Wait, no, you posted them all. Wait 1 second.
Wait,
I'm about to
you
disprove
posted. You posted one from the first point. You posted one from the. Yeah, these are all like previous scans.
Yeah, so let me like explain, right? Because this.
Well, you
is a
said
new
you were giving
point,
new
'cause-
evidence. You just wasted my time. Everybody's time. Okay, go for it. This is a screenshot you posted.
Okay, so, like as it said in the scan up above, it says that the flow of calamity is full of reason. He says logic of the world and continuous chain. To overcome that and reach me is not possible. Then the scan below, he literally says that it is absolutely not possible. Overcoming the flow of calamity, wonder view, simply can't happen. But if something that does not exist in this world does exist somewhere, if there's perhaps something that exists that is not affected by the logic of this world.
Okay, how does that that proves nothing? What is that trying to
His
prove again?
flow of
That proves
calamity
nothing.
works on logic. That's
The
what
flow
I'm
of calamity works on logic, but there's no evidence for that. That's what I'm asking.
Wait, dude, I just posted more evidence of it. What the hell? Okay, you want me to post another thing? What the hell, bro? Come
There's
on.
no evidence in the scans you just posted. Will you please tell me where they are?
Here, I'll post another one. Like, this is ridiculous.
No, I want
I'm
you to prove it in
posting
these scans that you just sent. Where
I
are you
did.
referring to?
Okay,
Where?
here, I'll post another one.
No, I want the same one. I just don't see any evidence for this. Where's the evidence?
No, you want more, actually. You want me to put more?
No, I'm asking you to prove it in the
because
scans you
that's
already
why
sent.
I lost the first point, apparently, is because I didn't put enough evidence, so I'm
And
gonna
you
do
sent
that.
two
So
more.
let me
You
do
sent
it.
new scans. You sent new scans, and they said it backed up your original
So,
position. Where does it
yes.
back up your original position?
Here,
Where is it backing up?
look. I'm gonna post more. He even talks about how Josuke's bubbles.
No, I'm asking you to, like, where does it support your original position in the scans you sent? You never
Okay,
told me.
here's where it supports my original position, is that the
All right, so we're moving away from this scans and moving to this one. That's fine.
Can you
What's
let me
this?
finish?
It is
'Cause
an
I was
ability
going
that
back in order.
Josuke-
Like, you keep interrupting me. Like, can you please be quiet?
The only reason I'm interrupting you is because you're making claims and then not like giving any evidence for it.
I am giving
Okay.
evidence, and you won't let me explain it. Like, dude.
Wait, no, you just I asked you to give evidence and you
yes,
posted
I'm
a new
giving evidence,
scan.
so let me talk.
No,
Let me
no,
finish.
Jobber,
Josh,
listen,
you're
let
literally
me
letting,
explain.
keep interrupting me. Like,
I'm not over talking you. You said you were going to give you new scans with new evidence,
and you're not letting me
and
explain it.
you dropped it and you moved to a new point.
I'm not
You
moving
just
to a new
dropped the other
point.
two
My
scans.
point is that Calamity's logic.
Yeah, but you just dropped those two former scans which said supported your evidence. I asked you why
it
they supported your
supports
evidence.
that
and you
he's
posted a new
Calamity.
scan.
Okay, you had contention that Calamity is logic because I said that literally he came back because he's logic, and now we're on the
Yeah,
point.
that was my
Calamity's
contention.
logic. So let me finish the point.
That's not the position we're on.
Yes, it is, dude. Okay, like,
No, it's not.
Judge,
The
he
position
literally
we're
is not
on.
letting me
Wait,
finish anything.
you're lying.
I'm
You're
not
lying. You're lying.
Okay,
Yes, you are.
Judge,
Let me explain.
he's
Let me
literally
tell you why.
interrupting. No, dude.
Okay,
Let me
sure.
finish
You
my
can talk.
point. Like,
You can.
okay,
You can
Judge,
talk. But I'm just
moderate
gonna
this
take your
shit, bro,
concession
because
on
he's
those two
literally
scans.
not he
Sure.
won't let me
Sure.
finish.
Yeah, you can talk. I'm just gonna
Let
take
me
your concession on the
finish.
scans you didn't explain.
There's no concession because we're on the point that you wanted.
No, we're not. But
Yes,
go for it.
we are.
I already explained why. Go for it.
Finally, just stop interrupting me. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you continue to
Anyways.
concede. Sure.
No, I'm not conceding. Bro, we're on the point that you led us to.
I thought you were gonna continue. Now you're just
No,
being
I'm
like.
explaining because you keep saying I'm conceding, which I'm not. I'm explaining that calamity is logic, and you disagree with that, and you asked me to prove it, and I'm proving it.
That's
So
not
let me
why I
finish.
said you conceded. Do you know
Oh
why
my
I said you
God.
conceded?
Okay, so, dude.
Do you know why I said that?
All right, say it again. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you said you were gonna post scans to support your claim, right?
Yes.
And then you posted scans to support your claim, or what you claimed supported your claim, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then I asked you, where in the scan does it support your claim? And you posted a new scan.
Yes, and then
So I'm saying that's a
explain.
concession.
How is that
'Cause when I
concession?
asked you
Because
for-
I didn't get to explain it. The fuck? Let me post a
No,
scan.
I
and let me
asked
go
you
back
to
the
explain
top
it, and you
explain
posted a
both.
new piece of substance.
What? Okay, so okay, did we already go to conclusions on this point and move on? No. So I'm free to.
That doesn't
post my
mean it can't be a
evidence.
concession.
It's not
It
a
doesn't have to be
concession. You're literally
conclusions to be a
making that
concession.
up. Okay, then we could literally stop this debate now because literally, like, this doesn't make no sense. Like, judges not
Yeah, if
moderating.
you're gonna stop on a point where I've won and you haven't won anything, that's
you have
fine.
not won anything.
I
Like, for
think
real.
via judgment, audience and judge, I did.
No. Because the judge is
That's
even moderating right now.
inconsistent.
You've been interrupting me for like 10 minutes and you're not even letting me explain anything. Like 10
You
minutes. I won't even get to this debate now.
Yeah, you can. I said you can explain.
Yeah,
I said
you,
you
okay,
can.
you said I can explain, but you didn't let me
Should I
explain.
moderate? What?
Yeah.
I-
like,
I
you're
said
not
you could
moderating
explain.
anything.
I said you. I said
Maybe
you
have
could explain, but I just want you to admit the fact that you can.
moderator.
Hello? Hi?
Hello.
He doesn't even have perms. So how do you expect him to
Yeah,
moderate?
what's up?
I mean, okay, to be fair, he could have just told me to give him perms and tell you to be quiet. So don't even try it.
Mm.
And I just gave him perms.
Okay, I have mod perms now.
There you go. All right, so can I like finish like my point and reason point by point and why I'm correct in my logic?
Great. Let's ban Dio from the server.
What the? Why'd you ban him?
Hold on.
Did you wait? What?
He just conceded, and I kicked him. L bozo monkey.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna invite him back. Don't worry. Buddy. All right, let's stop. Hold on.
If you're a retard, did you just?
You're a stupid ass monkey, boy. Don't even talk down to me like that. All right, continue.
All right, I'm gonna make myself clear, Jobber. All I was trying to say, I think you misinterpreted, is when you posted scans and I asked you to prove that this supports your claim, you moved on to new substance.
I did not move
Now,
on to new substance.
if you're gonna address the former substance, that's fine. But I just don't want to get shotgunned.
You're not getting
and-
shotgun by multiple points. We're on the same point. I posted another scan for that same point. Like, what are you on about?
I think those are sub points.
Okay, you can think that, but they're not the case at all.
Why is it not the case?
It's
I want you
not
to
the
prove
case.
that.
What? Dude, I told you. Okay, I literally told you verbatim that scan that I just posted is still on the same point. I'm not making
Yeah,
multiple points.
that's not
a
proof
shotgun.
though. That's not proof.
Holy shit, dude. A scan that I just posted to help support my side isn't proof. Like, holy shit. I don't think
Not
I
when
don't
we're
think it's worth
talking about
debating.
like recollection here on
What?
intent.
Okay. Bro, I'm about to stop. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Okay.
That's fine. You can
Yes.
ad hom me. You can ad hom me, but that doesn't prove anything.
I didn't ad hom you. I didn't literally say
You said
that.
my argument. Yeah, you
I
said what I
didn't
was
say-
doing was
I
dumb.
didn't say you're okay. Tell me when ad hominems, and I can tell you that I didn't commit it.
Yeah, you're saying what I'm doing within this debate is dumb, which would
Okay. So
would
if I
heavily
said that what you're
imply.
doing, did I say your argument? Okay, did I say that you're done?
I think you're being hypocritical now, especially when I was in the middle of the
I said this
explain.
whole
Yeah.
thing is. I said, man, this is
No,
dumb.
you said
And
you
that's
said
all
for
I
me
said
to not
myself. I
interrupt you,
didn't
and now you're
say-
interrupting me
No,
because you said for me not to interrupt
I
you.
don't care
Now you're
about that
interrupting
because
me.
you interrupted me for like 15 whole
Okay,
minutes.
you
and
don't care about
didn't-
interrupting, then I'm gonna interrupt you
didn't-
every sentence.
You
that you
didn't
don't care.
interrupt. Okay, you didn't care about interrupting either.
No,
And
I
literally talked
do
about
care
it for
about
15 whole
interrupting.
minutes, and I had to give hype perms.
I do
Never.
care about interrupting, and
No, you
I
don't. You
wasn't
don't
gonna
care.
interrupt you unless you're being fallacious. So
Okay.
I said that at the beginning of the debate too.
Okay.
So I'm not back.
So, how is it fallacious for someone to post evidence for their first point? Tell me.
I think it's fallacious because what I think you did was shotgunning me.
How?
I think
Dude,
you
know what?
presented.
Shotgun is multiple points. That's not a shotgun.
I thought you
It's
just said you weren't
evidence for
gonna
the
be.
same point.
I thought you just said you weren't gonna like interrupt me.
No, I didn't say that. I said actually I don't care about it anymore because you interrupt me for 15 minutes.
All right, that's fine. If you're just gonna ape out and like disturb the dialectic, that's cool with me.
You've been doing that too. Don't.
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk over you then. Wait, actually, Judge, if he's gonna claim to interrupt me like every single time, can you just mute him for a second?
Dude.
Like he's openly
Okay,
stating that
hold
like
on.
every time I'm gonna try to talk, he said he's gonna interrupt me.
You've been interrupting me this entire time, Judge. Don't really. Come on.
Yeah, you literally verbatim said that every time I'm gonna talk, you're just gonna
Judge.
interrupt me because you don't care.
Yes, because you don't care about what I'm saying because you interrupt me for 15 minutes. Like I'm not.
I think I addressed every single one of your points.
No,
Actually, I addressed
haven't.
every single one of your points.
You literally.
Hold
haven't.
on.
Yeah, what did I not address?
Holy crap, dude.
What did I not address?
I didn't
Answer
say
my
you
question.
didn't address anything. I'm saying you didn't let me finish my point and let me explain.
Well,
my
what you just said a second ago is that I didn't address all your points. What did I not address?
Like all my points? Oh wait, you mean? I don't remember myself saying that, but if I did say it, miscalculation.
You definitely said it. You have a recording, right? Like,
What?
if you don't believe me.
I'm saying I might have missaid what that specifically. I'm just saying for this point,
Right.
you have not.
Yeah, you can drop that. You can drop that. That's
I'm
fine.
not dropping
I'll just take
anything.
it concessionally.
Okay.
That's what you just said. You disagree with your formal claim, so that's
No, I
dropping
didn't
it.
say that at all. Holy dude, I said
I
this point.
think
You
you
didn't let
just
me
did.
finish. You keep literally not letting me finish and taking what I'm saying out of context constantly. Like that's
What was the
you're doing.
context I was missing?
The context that you're missing, if you open your ears and be quiet, is that I'm still trying to explain this point right here and the evidence that supports it, but you keep interrupting me and saying I'm shotgunning when I'm only making
That's
one
not the
point.
position I was putting forth. So you just adopted a position I wasn't putting forth.
Okay, so we can get someone else to put their input in, hype, because this is dumb at this point.
Their input in on what?
I'm not even doing anything. What are you beating on me for?
No, I'm saying no. I'm not beating on you. I'm asking your general opinion of what we're talking about right now, along with Isk and Raiden. Because
I don't care about
That's the thing,
Raiden,
though,
to be honest.
trying to get to
listen.
this point. What? Who said that?
All I'm saying is all you guys have been doing is spurging out for 10 minutes. So I don't even know what to say.
Well,
That's kind of true. Okay, let's get the actual evidence here, Jobber. Will you support your claim?
Dude, I posted all the evidence to support my claim, and you're not letting me finish it. Holy shit, dude.
I'm letting you finish right now. Am I
Thank
talking
you.
over you? No. Go for it.
All right, that we're on right now is that because oh my god, we just fucking spent a whole time talking about this shit pointlessly. All right, so
Just run a coherent sentence and run an argument at me. Yeah.
why? Okay, you just said you're not gonna interrupt me, but you just interrupted me.
You weren't talking.
Bro,
That's not an interruption.
you're
That's
interrupting
what
me. Can you just be quiet?
you weren't talking there either. I did interrupt you there because this is a red herring.
Okay.
I think that's delicious.
Okay, so I haven't finished any point yet, and you're just saying all this kind of stuff, bro. Come on. Really?
I'm
Jobber,
waiting.
I think you should just continue right now, bro.
This is
You're
ridiculous.
rambling. You're rambling. Just continue your point.
Rambling. All right. So, anyways, back to my point. So we got to go back and remind. Okay. So. Okay, we're on. All right. So Wonder Review is a hybrid of a stand and a person as the head doctor. A stand is the mind and soul, and Wonder Review seemingly died mind by the soul. Came back because he's logic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying at this point, because you disagree, that Calamity is logic, because it's in that point. And now we're on this point, and I posted my evidence for it. Now I'm going to explain how he is logic because of the
Go for it. Yeah.
All right. So the first scan. Let's see here. I'm even going to put it right real quick. Give me a sec. I'll just add this shit. All right. Right here. So we're gonna start from the very top. So that is because
Can you please make it more clear? What scan? The first scan?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
The
We're on the
first
same
scan
page. Go for it.
That is dotted, everyone. All right.
Yeah, I see it.
So
I just told you that.
that is because the flow of calamity is the flow of reason. Then he goes on to say that the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain. To overcome that and reach him is not possible. Then
Just a question, so we don't go circular. Only reason I actually so we don't go circular.
Okay.
All right. Are you making the same point that you did off this scan?
What What same point?
The point that calamity is logic off of this scan.
Yeah, calamity's logic.
From this scan?
No, because you didn't let me
Then
finish
why are you
talking about the
posting
other
this scan?
scans that help provide more proof for it, like you wanted, right?
Yeah, so why'd you even post this? Actually, like,
Because
give me
it
new
starts
substance,
the
okay?
proof. Okay, it starts the proof. All right. So next, right, is that what was it in the bottom scan? One review says that overcoming the flow of calamity, one review simply cannot happen. But something that does not exist in this world does exist somewhere. If there perhaps exists something that is not affected by the logic of this world, which is that calamity that he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then he goes on
Why
to
does
say that, hey, hold on, is that,
Awesome.
what's this inability of Josuke's even, like, he himself, like, knows nothing about, and then, what was it? God damn it, it's fucking...
I'm missing something. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, okay, I'm talking about calamity equals logic, essentially.
I'm asking what scan you're addressing. It's not with your other three. Where is this scan?
It's at the bottom.
Are you talking about the one with Toru, like, looking at the camera like a F-boy? That one?
Yeah, he says that, you know, what was it? That I'm completely sure that he was inside the flow of calamity. And the only thing that can overcome that flow of calamity is to be above logic. The logic of that world. They're literally affecting the whole logic system. It works on the flow of logic, a flow of reason. And that's exactly
but
what
there's
it
no
says,
evidence
the flow
for...
of
Yeah,
reason.
my argument is that there's no evidence in these other scans that provide that.
To provide that... What was it?
To provide support for your initial claim. That's my position.
Okay, that's it, because I just provided that it is, and you have no negation other than just saying that it isn't.
Wait, I have a negation. I'm asking you, where is the proof for that? Like,
yeah, I showed it.
Your claim is that calamity equals logic. First of all, you bring up a point I already debunked, and we had judgment on.
No, actually,
and then you
bring up a new point, because I just went over it differently. It's a completely new point that we already agreed to, so can you, like, stop?
No, your point is that calamity equals logic. That's what we're going on right now. That's what you verbatim stated about maybe 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so that's a new point.
Wasn't your initial point that the flow of calamity is the flow of logic?
That's part of it, but now I'm just saying it that it is. That's a new point entirely.
I'm gonna let you slide with that. That's not true, but I'm gonna let you slide with that.
Okay.
Anyways.
And then even more like
anyways,
that like a Rocky says
where did these scans prove it though? Where did these scans prove it? Like, how does this support it? I don't see any supporting evidence that the flow of calamity is logic.
Okay, I already explained like why it is and the proof.
In what scan does it say that though? I'm asking.
Okay, so if we go back to the top where he literally says that the flow of calamity is the flow of reason, and here I'll even get
I already debunked that, JobberGodot.
Wait,
like what?
I'm gonna give you the textbook definition of reason. Okay, reason is.
I don't care about the textbook definition of reason. Do you think everybody goes off of denotations?
It doesn't matter. Wait, okay, hold on a minute. You're saying that you don't think that Rocky is using logic when it comes to like calamities at all, or in reference to the flow of reason, because that is blatantly false.
I don't know. It could just be unreasonable to him, or like reason to him.
No, because Rocky states in the scan I just posted that calamity attacks irrationally and is bound by a certain logic.
Yeah, that's fine. How does it have? I think that's a contradiction within your statement, but I'll steelman it for now.
So
Anyway,
wait, how's it a contradiction then?
Did I not just say I'll steelman it?
All right, fine. Then go ahead, steelman it.
Yeah. So when you like, I don't see why this means when Rocky states reason, he's like referring to classical logic.
I'm not saying he's referring to classical. Like, okay.
And what form of logic is he referring to?
A logic. That's reason. That is literally.
Yeah, but I'm asking like what form of reason, what form of logic is he referring to?
He's referring to a
certain. Because that's very subjective.
So okay, you want to know what exactly he's referring to then? Or so you want to know that? Right?
Yeah, like what system of logic is he talking about?
Okay, I got you, fam. I got you on right there. All right, so here's the system of logic that he's referring to. Give me a sec here.
Because right now, all I'm seeing is like scans that have nothing to do with the claim you're making, and then you're like pretending they have something.
Wait, how do they have nothing to do with my claim that I'm making? They literally all talk about
the
same
three
exact
scans
thing.
from the manga that you sent have no substance to prove your initial claim.
Yes,
let me read this.
It was more than three.
Even if you can't see him, it's like I said,
So
it's karmic
let me explain
retribution.
this one right here. So
How you interact with society in general,
Okay.
anything you've done. How does this have to do with what Iraqi's referring to?
let
The
me
word logic
explain.
isn't even in this
Let me
statement.
explain it, right? Because the certain logic that he's referring to in that, right? Because obviously, okay, so here's the certain logic that Rocky refers to. It's called like karmic retribution. Karmic retribution literally is the logic of everything a JoJo character is interacted with until like their confrontation with Wonder Venus Calamity Energy. Like how
I
you
don't think
interact with
that's true.
society.
I'll tell you why I don't think it's true. I think with the summons you provided in this new scan, I don't know the context of this. How do I know he's referring to like Wonder View or logic at all?
He's literally talking about how you can't see him. Like it's in the same.
I'm
it's
asking you to
literally
prove that.
You
No,
want
I'm
me to
asking you
send
to prove
the
that.
exact like chapter.
No, I'm asking you to send me the full panel. Like I want you to prove the context here.
All right, I got you. You're asking me to prove a lot of things, and you're like proving nothing. Like at this point.
I don't have to prove anything. I'm going off of negatives.
Okay, so you're.
The second I make a positive claim, I'll prove it. Like,
wait. So
but I'm not making
actually,
any.
wait a minute. That's not how this particular works here. If I make a positive claim and I put evidence out there to support it, and you make a negative claim, obviously you're not going to be the one to post anything first. But as soon as I post something positive to provide proof for my claim, you need to post something to prove your negative claim.
That's not true. So that's like me saying, you say the sky is blue, and I ask you to prove the sky is blue. That does not mean I have to prove the sky is another color. That's kind of ridiculous.
Wait, so you're saying that the sky.
Every single point we've gone through so far, that was the claim I made.
It's not.
Yeah.
We're on the second point right now, so it's not every single point. Like, dude.
I said every point that's been judged by the audience and by the judge.
Calm
You will.
down, dude. Anyways,
How am I calming down? You're the one that's raising your voice. I'm keeping very calm. I don't know.
I'm like calm down right now. My voice isn't raised.
Okay, it was a second ago. That's continue.
Substantial proof.
Substantial proof. I asked you to prove the context that this is referring to Wonder View and Iraqi's definition of logic.
Okay.
Which you didn't prove.
Yes, I did prove it.
That's simply false. You never proved anything.
I did.
According to this new scan you just sent. Why are you interrupting me? I thought you agreed that you didn't like interruption. Okay. Anyways, I'll continue with my point and like ignore this guy spurging out. All right. Anyways, this guy sent a scan and said it refers to Iraqi's definition of logic, or at least in the context of Wonder View. I asked him to prove that's what this dude in the scan is talking about at all, and you gave me no context to like prove that at all. Like there's no evidence for it.
Okay, so you didn't even let me find it.
You said, yeah, actually you spoke first.
Yeah.
You're the one that went on to this point.
Yeah, I did. I did go on to this point. You want me?
All right, so why are you coming at me for not letting you find it when you're the one that brought up the point and you just agreed to that?
Wait, so you're saying that I brought up the point just that how Iraqi explains that certain logic, right?
Yes, you did. You just agreed to that literally 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I know. Like, I did agree to it. I'm still trying to find the full context of that scan.
Right. Then why are you getting mad about like me stopping your dialectic if you're the one that brought this up?
No, I'm just you keep interrupting me too. Like, dude, give me a sec.
I'm interrupting you because you made a claim against me. I'm just like responding. That's not an interruption.
Wait, you just said it was an interruption. You just said I'm interrupting you because of this and that, and you said it's not. An interruption.
I don't think it's what I meant by that is I don't think it's an interruption within your dialectic process.
It doesn't.
I think that was true within context. Yeah, but it's not how I was defining interruption.
Okay, you can define it any way you want to. You admit it's an interruption.
Yeah, I can, and I think that just like follows through with my argument. Now, are you gonna keep talking, or like, because I'm gonna stop talking now?
I've been looking for this.
Are you gonna keep talking until you bring up real evidence? Go for it.
This is real evidence. What are you talking about? Like,
my point exactly. You say I'm interrupting you because you're trying to find this scan, and then you're the one that keeps like responding to me. I'm done talking. Post your real evidence. Oh, this guy went on hush mode. Unironically, he just packed him up.
Who?
Backwards.
Dang. Let me look here. I'm
trying to... Yeah, Dio, tell me why this is you right now? Fucking dumbass boy.
That's wild. Wait, isn't your family literally from like a communist dystopia? And your dad,
My dad is. My
your
dad
dad
is.
literally had to eat rats off the street, boy.
Bro, don't
Like,
you
what?
idolize my communist fucking utopia or dystopia, whatever the hell you said, bro?
Low key.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, I know you look like the skin monkey off of Kanye's.
It doesn't matter. I don't gotta eat one like you do, though.
Bro, this is your dad's favorite meal. 1 second, this is your dad's favorite meal. Fat boy, let me really get to the back of the wagon smacking.
Wait, what's your favorite meal, though? Wait, I forgot. You don't eat, bro. You live on a fucking dirty ass, remote ass Colombian island ruled by a fucking dictator.
Metamorphosis.
Oh my god.
Ever since my brother died, I've been thinking about homicide. That's why you lose to Shin 10 out of 10 times.
That's why you're a fucking dumbass.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Isn't this the dude that rules your little ass island, bro? Don't even call fucking Rico Rodriguez to come in and save your ass.
That's powerful. Bro, what's a good have you seen what's his name on Instagram? It's like a JoJo art page, but like it's not like JoJo. It's not like a Rocky's art. It's like this guy that kind of draws like JoJo, like JoJo's art, like style.
Nah, I've never seen that. No.
He's insane. Let me pull him up.
All right,
Bro, look, you should follow Kamoween's NFT project.
The hell?
Yeah, Ferocious Fox NFTs. Let me see.
What? Wait, well, what is it called?
I'll send it to you on Instagram right now.
All right, bet.
It's a power.
I'm about to buy all of them. This dude better not be like selling one for like $300 though. I'm about to beat his ass. I'll come over to New York and chokeslam him, bro. What the fuck?
I just sent it to you.
All right, let me see this shit. Hold on. Ferocious Foxes? Bro, this man went in a fucking Piscal and just drew these and called it a day.
I bet he made some money from it, low key.
Bruh. He hand drew all of these though, didn't he?
Yeah. That's not for low key.
I'm gonna buy.
Should I buy one? Should I buy one?
I'm gonna buy the Ninja Turtle one. No,
You're tripping. I'm gonna buy the Egyptian one.
that's a W. I'm gonna buy the rich
top
one.
hat is powerful. The one with the top hat is powerful.
Facts. Number 17. There's only 26 of them. He has 7 followers.
This
Wait,
I'm gonna
does he
tag you in
follow
it. This
himself?
is the
Yeah.
Forco. This is the Forco NFT. 1 second.
There's Forco NFTs.
You cannot tell me this one does not remind you of the Forco NFT. This reminds me of the Forco NFT.
What the hell, boy? Why does Kami look like a Dominican uncle?
God, we thought. What? You're trolling.
He looks like a Dominican uncle. He's built as fuck though. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna shoot him. Bro,
Aren't you from like North Hollywood? Like what?
No? What?
You're a rich white boy.
I haven't even. Bro, what? This dude is tripping. The way Mac used to live on a remote ass island, bro.
Just
yeah,
to
we're all
support
richer than
Kamoween?
you, bro.
Like all the
Let's
NFTs, bro.
richer than
Support
you.
our bro Kamoween. Support him, bro. You gotta like this.
So how much are the NFTs though? What?
I don't know. I'm poor. I'm not gonna buy one. I'm just gonna leave some.
I know you're poor, bro. Dumbass boy.
Oh, there it is.
Why does Bruno's from JoJo? I'm trolling. I just trolling.
Why do you like? Why am I packing here?
BBQ rats in a wooden phone versus Far Cry 3 and the annoying orange. That should be the next debate. Me and Hype.
What would you
Yeah,
say?
there we go. Found
That's
it.
me and Hype in the next debate. Does BBQ
Oh my
rats
God.
in a wooden phone versus Far Cry 3 and the annoying
Here's
orange?
the context, Dio. And yes, he's talking about calamities.
Wait, Jobber exists? I didn't even know you existed.
Non-existent physiology? That's what your dad has. Hype. Get back.
Bro, you literally debated it. What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about, dumbass boy?
All right. Manga you read left from right, right?
You read right to left.
Oh, I don't read manga. Okay.
Okay, bro.
I've unironically never read the JoJo's manga. I've only seen the anime. Okay. Anyways.
You're a troll.
When did I read it? I actually never read it.
You're a big troll. What?
I've never read it. I'm not even joking.
JoJo manga before with you?
No, I've never read the whole thing. I've just read like tidbits.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Calamities will keep coddling into me. The reason that light broke just now is because I tried to look at the man in the black suit. No matter how I may try, I cannot get him close. A geezer in a black suit? Yeah, sure, whatever you say, man. I don't give a shit. Enjoy your cycle dreams. Even if you can't see him, it's like what I said. Armactic. This doesn't. Wait, why is this talking about the calamities? I think what it's talking about is like.
No,
wait.
You can't think what it's talking. Oh my god. Okay, explain.
Wait. Okay, don't ignore my evidence. That's fine. You want to hear my argument, or are you gonna ignore my evidence?
I just said explain, dude. Come on.
Alright, sure. Well, first you said no. What?
Just explain. Hurry up. Come on.
I'm explaining to you right now. All right. So I think what it's talking about the first part when it says calamities keep coddling into me, I think that is talking about calamities. I agree with that. But then they start talking about Wonder of You himself, and they what's this dude with the berries on his hat? What's his name?
I don't know.
Rai?
Okay. So I think Rai is actually talking about like the Wonder of You himself as like a retribution through karma.
Okay.
So I think the way I'm interpreting this is like he feels like the guy coming after you or like you being attacked by the attacks of this guy. I think he's referring to the guy himself. The geezer in the black suit is what they're talking about within the context.
Wait. So you think that just Wonder of You himself is just the only thing he's talking about?
They're talking about the geezer in the black suit. That's what it says. I'm just reading the scan you sent me.
So, okay. Because it's been actually a bit, though. Let me look here. Okay.
That's powerful.
Give me a sec here, because I gotta go back. Because this has actually been a bit, so... What the hell?
Jobber's gonna take another 5 years
What the hell?
to find this game.
Guys, wake me up in
Fine,
2033, okay?
Okay, so...
Yeah. This man's gonna find a scan after the
No, I'm
fucking
literally
Dawn
trying to remember what exact point we're on, because it's been
Dawn the
forever.
truth comes out and I'll just debunk it in 5 seconds again. That's powerful.
Okay, then... I think I see what...
This dude's gonna be finding scans till the release of Despacito 2, bro. What the
Okay,
fuck?
so... Then I just want a new judge, then, at this point.
Why?
Oh my, bro.
No, because I don't think you're trustworthy at this point.
How am I not trustworthy? What have I done that's not trustworthy?
I mean, you've literally, like...
I'm just joking around, bro. There's nothing
Wait,
wrong
Jobber,
with
did
that.
you not hear before? Me and him were literally packing each other.
Okay,
Like,
I don't
what?
care. I don't care, like, if you guys were packing each other earlier. I'm saying, during this whole debate, the reason why I can say for certain that this judge is certainly biased is because he's been on your side the entire time, has been clowning me.
I think that's just because you're losing points. I don't think it's because he's biased. I think it's because you're losing
interrupting
points.
me. Stop.
Wait,
See,
I don't
the judge
appreciate you
has
calling my
mob
friend
prims, he
biased.
doesn't want to mute you.
Dio, shut up.
He
Dio,
doesn't-
shut up.
see-
Dio, shut up. Let him talk.
There we go. And that's the first time fucking Hype's ever done anything this whole debate against you.
Didn't he
Oh my
mute me
God.
before?
So, and you're not muting him. Because he's interrupting me the entire debate. And is like...
I'm not even interacting with my phone right now. I'm just listening. Like, I'm not touching my phone.
Well, no, that's... Okay, so... Hype, that is literally the problem. Okay, so we gave you... or I gave
How's
you-
the problem?
It's a
Jobber,
problem
can I say
because-
something?
No.
I want to make the point.
No.
Okay,
No.
fine. Oh, wait.
No,
Wait,
no,
my
hold
turn.
on, hold on.
Thank you.
No. Listen, I want to listen to him. Because this is retarded. What?
No.
Can I make my
I'm
point?
saying that you're not
No,
moderating.
don't. Hold on. You want me to...
I'm
So
saying
is
that-
your problem me giving him
So,
points?
wait.
Or, like,
No.
my
I never said
moderation?
that. That's a straw man too. I never said that you're giving him points. I'm
You're not
saying-
debating me. Stop calling strong.
No,
mans.
okay, because that's something I never even brought up in the first place. At all.
You did. You're saying,
No,
I
I
better
didn't say
understand.
you were giving him
time.
points
What?
at all.
Wait, what did you say? Say that again. I didn't hear you.
I'm saying, right, that this whole debate
Uh
has
huh.
been you siding with him and also pretty much clowning me at the same time for literally no good reason, and I'm providing all these evidence for all these claims, and yet for him it's literally nothing at this point. And I think it's a bit
Look,
ridiculous.
Jobber.
And wait, hold on.
Jobber,
Let me
listen.
finish. And I just
Okay,
want a
all right,
new
keep going,
judge.
keep going, keep going.
Yes, I want a new
Keep
judge.
going.
Okay, can you let me finish?
All right, go.
So I want a new judge. So pretty much, yeah. New judge.
Is that it?
I
Okay,
don't
can I
think
speak
you
now?
need to-
No,
think
let
you're
me
just-
speak. Dio, let me speak. Dio, I'm gonna mute you like instantly.
Because
I
I
got
don't trust this
terms.
judgment at all. Like I don't trust this judge.
Okay, well, I disagree. I can discuss on why I think that my judgment has been good so far and like why I'm trustworthy. But okay.
Okay,
Like,
you're only one
so first of
person.
all,
You're the
I like to
judge
bring
trying
up
think about yourself. Okay, who's gonna win that debate if it's a judge at? Okay, that's just so dumb actually. So that's like, am I a good judge or not? And then you just have a self debate with yourself. No one's trying to. What the fuck? Okay, who's gonna judge if you're the
a self debate. Look,
Wait,
you're
yeah,
out
you're
here
having a
saying that my
self-debate.
judgment is bad.
Yes, I think
You're out here saying my judgment is
Yes,
bad. I
and
don't
gave a
moderate
reason
or
for
some
it, and
weird
so
shit
that's
like
why I
that.
want a new judge.
But I'm here to ask you something. I'm here to prove to you why I'm actually a good judge and why I'm credible and why I'm trustworthy. And you're disagreeing, obviously, but I'm gonna have to like kind of put you in your place on this, Jobber. So basically, I'm gonna have to tell you that we've only gone over like a judged point. We've only gone over one judged point. And whenever I judge that point, you disagree with my judgment, and we asked the audience, we asked the fucking audience, and they still sided with me.
It's
So I'm
one
not being
person.
biased.
It's one
Just no,
person.
listen, Jobber, listen. Based on everything that we went over, I provided logical, sound evidence as to why Dio would win the point. People in VC agreed, so I'm not being biased. I'm actually providing real evidence. Now, if your problem is me not moderating enough, okay, I might give you that, but that alone is not enough to get a good judge. I'll just get on my phone and start moderating more. But if your problem is that I'm just siding with him and giving him points, I blatantly disagree. I can give you examples as to why I'm not doing that. So
Okay, give
is
an
that your
example.
problem,
Give
or
an
is the problem the
example.
moderation?
Give an example. Like I want to see it.
Example
What's
of
the
what? I'm asking you,
Of you
is your
not blaming
problem my
yourself?
moderation or me like just giving him points?
Well, okay, so the first one on you giving him points, it's the way how he even got the point in the first place, because I made sound logic for why the first point still stood, and then
No, you got bitch,
hold
bro.
on,
Not
You
gonna lie.
didn't.
Yes, I did, and then I provided more evidence later, and you're saying that it's not enough or some shit, like, and I've still provided clear sound reasoning for it.
Because it isn't enough. It really isn't.
Because he's being overly skeptical for no reason. He has no evidence to support his side, which is why I'm saying that you're biased.
If he's being
You're biased.
skeptical, then he
Okay.
doesn't have to prove anything.
So that's good.
That's the whole
That's
point
good.
of being
If he does-
skeptical,
if he's
Jobber.
skeptical, okay, if he's skeptical and he doesn't have to prove anything, guess what? He has no evidence for his side. I have all this evidence and clear sound reasoning for why my
He doesn't
side is the
need
most favorable.
it.
That's good.
He's on a negative stance.
Yes, he's on a negative stance. I agree with that. And I presented my positive evidence and
Okay,
my
if he's
clear
on a
reasoning.
negative stance, I would have to
Okay,
prove a
so-
negative.
Holy shit, dude. I posted my positive claim scans, and that's the only thing that's left for
Okay.
him to do is to prove his negative.
Okay.
He has no
If
evidence.
you okay,
Except
so
being
if you're on the
skeptical.
positive
How is
side
being
and he's on the
skeptical
negative
evidence?
side, why would he have to supply evidence for his skepticism? Like that makes literally no sense.
No, it does make sense because he's being
How?
skeptical for no reason. Okay, literally,
Oh
I
my
posted
god,
scans.
Jobber, look, you're not
Dude.
grasping the situation
I
here,
am
bro. I'm not
grasping it, dude.
biased.
You are.
I'm equally looking at because look, Jobber, I like you, okay? Like you're like, ever since
No, like,
I've
bro,
like you
like,
VC'd me that one day, like I'm not, but like you're a good dude, all right? I'm not biased for Dio. I'm just looking at what both of you guys are saying, and I'm giving it to him because it makes more sense to me as the judge that he should win. And I went over my reasoning as to why we got like you like obviously said, okay, you agree with the judgment after like me and the audience like provided evidence as to why you'd be wrong. And now you're out here saying that I'm biased. Like I don't understand.
Okay, so
like
wait, no, you ignored why I said you're biased in the first place because I literally went to say Calamity's logic and I re-explained again with even more evidence exactly what you guys wanted, and you guys still said it wasn't enough. That's why I find it bullshit. There's no way.
What? Okay, first of all, the original point, the original point that we went over. The original point that we went over, I provided evidence because you didn't provide any. Like you didn't provide you provided almost nothing. And I was like, okay, so I give it to Dio. But now, okay, look, all that's happening right now is you're going back on a point that you already conceded on, and you're providing like more evidence or something for it, and we're not even done with it. So I can't. I've just been silent the whole time listening. I haven't even said nothing. I'm just talking to Dio like unrelated things like this, like not even about the debate. So like I don't even know why you're saying that I'm like, you know, siding with him. I only gave judgment on one thing so far.
No, okay, so I explained why I think you're siding with him. At first, I'm not going back to the first point. I made a new point entirely, so you can cut that shit out. I said
okay, and I'm saying I've been silent ever since then. I haven't even contended or said anything.
I went off the logic that you guys gave me. You said, "Oh, I need to provide more evidence for it and more reasoning." Okay, cool.
Okay, all right. If that's what you're doing now, then I don't care.
Hey, wait,
do it.
Let me finish.
Okay, go on.
And I did exactly that, and you guys said it wasn't enough. And I was like, why? Oh, well, I'm just very skeptical, and I'm a negative claim. Like, what the fuck?
Wait, that's not why I said that. I don't want you attacking me. I don't want you attacking me because you're attacking me right now. Because that's what I said.
Okay, so
at least that's what you think I said.
That what I just said is what you just said, and how stupid.
No, I just said. Are you retarded? Can you not hear? Like, I'm not gonna have you swear on me like that.
No, I heard exactly what you just said.
No, obviously you didn't because you're
yes, I did. Okay, you literally just said that.
I thought we weren't gonna interrupt each other. I'm not gonna Sperg over you. I'm not gonna Sperg over you.
Okay, hold on, bro.
I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna wait for you to pipe down. Okay,
listen. Okay, both of y'all listen. Okay, listen.
I'm not gonna Sperg over you, Joker.
You've been Sperging this entire debate.
Oh my God! Look, okay, Jobber, I've judged 1 point. Okay, 1 point, the beginning point. If you say that you're going to provide more evidence for something, right? Okay, so first I have a problem with that, but I don't really care, right? At this point, I don't really care. But I'm letting you go on with your argument. Listen, I'm letting you go on with your argument. I haven't judged or given an opinion on anything since the first point was judged. Do you agree or disagree on that?
Since the first point that you haven't given
the first point that I judged. Have I given any opinion on anything that anyone has said? But like since then,
I mean, what was it? The first point.
The first point about like calamity equals logic.
Okay, so yeah, calamity equals logic.
Hold on.
Okay.
Like ever since that point, have I given an opinion on anything?
I mean, you're giving an opinion now.
I'm not because you're attacking me like you're like saying I'm biased and you're telling me that I've like been siding with him the whole time. The only time I've given him a point or sided with him is whenever we asked the audience to confirm that I was correct and I was giving logical evidence.
Yeah.
And ever since then, you agreed to it. Okay. Ever since then, I haven't said anything. So what's your problem?
Good job. Okay, so you agreed that the audience agreed to the logic of why he won that first point. Good. Okay, now.
Okay.
Wait, let me finish.
You lost the first point. I haven't said anything since then. What's the problem here?
Let me finish. The problem is that the reason why I chose to move on from the point and lost that point, and y'all explained it, and one audience member agreed, I was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I made an entirely new point that's very similar to the first point, but it's not the same. That's why it's a new point. And I went off that logic.
That's great.
Let me finish. I went on that logic, right? You said I need to post more scans and more proof, right? And better argumentation.
Yeah.
I did exactly that, and you get in response, D was like, well, I'm just skeptical and I have no evidence.
Why are you attacking me? Wait, can I defend myself? You're blatantly attacking me.
Okay, how am I attacking something that you blatantly agreed with earlier? That you did.
That's not what I said.
Yes,
that's why you're attacking me. No, I didn't. That wasn't my only reasoning. You're blatantly attacking me. Can I defend myself?
Let me get the recording real quick because you said exactly that. Like, dude.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you can prove that that was my only contention, yeah. Show it to me.
I'm not saying that's your only contention. I never said that. I'm saying that was one of
your contentions. You said that all that I said was that I'm very skeptical. No. That's what you just said, Jobber.
One of the things you said. One of the things
so you just backtrack.
I'm very skeptical.
So don't attack me don't attack me and then backtrack 30 seconds later. That's very weird of you.
Right.
Especially when I can't defend yourself and you speak over me.
For like no reason whatsoever. You're like, oh, I'm just skeptical, and therefore, since I'm
I am skeptical. Yeah.
Therefore, I'm skeptical.
That's not my only point, though.
Therefore, I'm skeptical about 30 pieces of evidence and very sound reasoning. That must mean that Jobber's evidence.
Did I not give counter reasoning, Jobber?
So you gave counter reasoning without evidence, and I gave evidence for everything.
I don't need a scan to have reasonable evidence. You know what evidence is?
What the heck? You don't need a scan for reasonable. Okay, bro.
No, I don't. You know what evidence is?
After I provided scans.
Answer my question. Do you know what evidence is?
I'm not going to answer your question. I'm not obligated.
Okay, that's invisible ignorance. That's fallacious. Continue.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I got to say one thing, all right? At this point, right? So, I'm letting Jobber continue on this argument. Like, you know, like I've been doing that like ever since the first point was judged. I haven't said a single thing, right? I'm going to let because I mean, there's nothing nothing like I don't know. I don't understand why Dio can't like take a skeptical stance on something. If you have such a problem with it, if you have such a problem with a skeptical stance, then just slam him into the ground.
Okay.
Like just like debunk it, right?
So
I'm just negging every argument you're making, Jobber. That's the issue.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm still talking. So all I gotta say is this, all right? Right now, I'm gonna defend, and I think I probably defended why I should stay as a judge and why I'm credible and why I'm like trustworthy. But worst case scenario, if you are displeased with me, you can hire your own judge. You can get your judge, and I'll stay a judge. I'll stay a neutral judge. You can get your own judge, and then if I'm such a horrible judge, then we can have that judge contend like anything. Like if he disagrees with anything that I say or any judgment that I give, then we can discuss the judgment, and then we can give a proper verdict based on that.
But that's going to happen after the debate, so I don't have to listen to you guys meta debate about a topic we're debating, okay?
It doesn't need to happen after the debate. Stop trying to push that.
Because I'm not trying to sit here for 2 hours to listen to you guys meta debate when me and you actually don't have any dialectic.
Yeah, you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. It's worst case scenario. So at the moment, I'm trying to say that I am a credible and I am a trustworthy judge. But Jobber disagrees.
Yes, I disagree.
You can argue. You can argue with hype on recording infinitely, and it doesn't bother me.
Look,
but I'm just not trying to sit here and watch a meta debate while me and you have no dialectic for 2 hours.
So I'm ready to just say I'm ready to put this debate as inconclusive until there's another judge.
I'm not ready for that. I think you can see it.
I'm ready.
Why
for
should
that. I'm not comfortable
why
with you
should
getting
someone a debater decide what happens?
I don't care. Like
you don't care?
No, I said
never.
Wait, hold on. What?
Listen, that's fine with me. You can say it's inconclusive, but I'm gonna stand by this. Every single position you've made, I've negged, and the judge and the audience agrees with that. That's why I think I dog walked you so badly, Jobber.
Okay, so
that's what I think. You can go and cloak to your
inconclusive. That's fine with me.
You can go and cloak to your other judge, and hype's gonna beat him up. That's fine with me.
Wait, so
but I think you're just hoping so hard because I'm murdering you rhetorically and argumentatively. Now, I don't want you to talk until I'm done because you're about to run away like a baby and say it's inconclusive.
It is inconclusive because I don't trust the judge.
How is it inconclusive? I've won every point, Jobber. I've consistently rhetorically and argumentatively bodied you.
You have not rhetorically and argumentatively bodied me.
That's why the judge and the audience have agreed with me every time. I've been slamming you on every single argument, Jobber.
Agreement with the audience member, and you've got multiple agreements with the judge. Only one. And keep in mind,
that's all. Every single time we've appealed to the judge, the audience, they've agreed with me. That's all the claim.
Okay, so only one time, and that's just only one audience member.
Do I care? Like, that's not the claim I made is every single time, which would be true.
Okay, and I'm claiming
that. So what it looks like to me and what it looks like to everybody else, is because you're getting rhetorically, argumentatively bodied. So you're crying to the judge, and when he actually gives sound reasoning, you're going to run away like a little baby and call it inconclusive.
No, it wasn't sound reasoning. I explained why it wasn't sound reasoning. Okay, so you admit that, once again, I'm going to explain it again. You said in the beginning.
You don't have to explain it again. I get your point.
No, you don't get my point. I'm going to explain it again, and you're interrupting me again. And of course, the judge has perms and he doesn't mute you. So that's another thing.
I'm not talking. Go for it.
Like... Like, holy shit. Okay.
I already said, Jobber, if your problem is my moderation, I can fix that. But if your problem is the points, then I'm going to argue until I die, okay?
Okay, then fix it then.
Okay, if that's your only problem, is that your only problem?
It's not my only problem. I've already... Okay, this is going
circular. All right.
Because I've already...
Okay, oh my God. Look, right? I've only given judgment on one point so far.
About you giving judgment right now. I don't,
one point. We've appealed to the audience on it, unless, in case you think I'm biased. And there's nothing against my reasoning for the first point. You can only argue against my first judgment for the first point because I haven't done anything else since then.
You're right. You literally have not done anything else. And even though
then great. Then what is the problem? I'm not siding with him over everything because the only time I gave a judgment is whenever we appealed to the audience, where we appealed to Isk, bro. Isk was there the whole time.
Are you detracting from the fact that you're not muting Dio whenever he speaks?
Okay. If that's your problem, then I don't care. Okay, so then I can do that for you.
Dio,
but
you just stated on camera that you don't care about Dio interrupting me multiple times.
No, I don't. No, I don't care if that's your problem because then I'll fix it. Hold on, Dio, shut up. Dio, hold on. Listen, Jobber. Okay, listen. All I gotta say is this, all right? If the problem is the moderation, I can fix that. I'll moderate. But that is not that is not a good enough reason for me to not be the judge because I'm not moderating well enough. Like, okay, I'll moderate better. But if your point, if your problem is the point, then you can argue with me on that until like we both die. Okay, like I don't care because I fully believe that I have given sound and logical evidence as to why Dio has won that first point. That's the only thing we went over. We have put to the goddamn audience, and now you're still crying about it. Like I don't understand.
And you actually keep in mind that Isk actually agreed with my point.
No, he agreed with your reasoning. He didn't agree with who like actually won the point. Like, if you present an argument and Isk is like, oh, I like your argument, I agree with the argument, but Dio rhetorically nagged and won the point. Like, does that mean that you won the point? No.
Wait a minute. So
what?
Let's define rhetoric then.
Rhetoric just how you argue things.
So
like Isk literally said that, oh, I agree with Jobber's argument, but I think that Dio won the point. Like, bro, like what?
Like rhetorically.
How does that mean that you won the point?
That means that my reasoning was sound. It's just that he won rhetorically.
No, it's he said that he agrees with your argument, but Dio just won the point.
Okay.
Because like, in reality, all that's required to win a point is just, rhetorically convincing the judge and the audience that you won.
All right, and then guess what he said after that, right? The reason why.
Yeah, what did he say after that?
He said, maybe Jobber provided more evidence and all the other stuff for that specific point.
That's
right?
cool.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't mean that you didn't win the first point.
Okay, let me finish. Now
that
ties
go ahead.
to the point that we were currently on, right? Which is that calamity is logic, a new point. And then I took that, and something you agreed with too with this. So I took what you guys said, and I did exactly that.
Okay, and have I given a judgment on it?
And have you given a judgment on it?
Yeah, have I?
It seems that you're siding with Dio. That's the problem.
I've been silent the whole time on my Xbox. Yeah, okay, bro, I haven't given anything. Like, I don't understand what you're trying to contend. I haven't given anything. Okay. I have let you guys argue this point as is. I haven't done anything to give anyone a point. So,
who wins this point then?
There's nothing to... You haven't concluded yet. You're not even done with the point. I can't give a judgment on that.
Okay.
Like, just continue the point, like, because I'm letting you do what you want to do, Jobber. You're giving more evidence or whatever, right? Because I'm not debating you here. I'm just the judge, right? So you can keep on giving your evidence and whatever, and keep making your arguments. And when it's time to conclude, you conclude, and I'll give a judgment on it. But if you're trying to tell me that I'm just, siding with you, I'm a bad judge or whatever, you can only argue on the judgment that I gave on the first point, which was like proved by the audience and my reasoning that it was correct. So.
Okay,
cool. We can move on then, if that's the case.
All right, so I don't, even then, with everything that we just argued back and forth, I don't feel comfortable continuing this debate just yet. I would rather postpone the rest of this debate until we find 2 more judges.
Okay, 2 more? Okay, yeah, you can find 2 more judges. You can get whatever judge you want. We can, because up until, if you, mark this debate as inconclusive, I'm still going to say that Dio won, because I'm the judge. If people are going to ask me who won, I'm going to say Dio won, because he won the first point. And until you guys continue, then yeah, that's fine. I'm still going to keep it as Dio winning the point, or Dio winning the debate. And then, you can get your judges, and then, we can see what they think about it. And then you guys can continue. I'm going to ask Dio if he's fine with that. I'm going to unmute him.
So are we going to,
Yeah, Dio, wait, with that? Jobber, can I say something? I think I've been slandered this entire time, and I haven't been able to defend myself.
You have been able to defend yourself.
I've been muted the whole time.
Literally, before you're muted, you were able to defend yourself, and we literally just covered the same ground.
No, I tried to defend myself, and Hype Server muted me.
No, the things that we just talked about, you already tried to defend yourself over 5 times.
No, that's not true. I've been trying to defend myself the entire time, but every time I get either server muted or you overtalk me, and I'm not trying to Sperg with you.
I have it on camera.
Can I please give a case for myself now instead of just getting slandered without being able to defend myself?
Dude, no. At this point, you've already given your case millions of times.
No, my case is this. I don't care what you think. I'm just going to give my case so I don't get needlessly slandered without any defense. I don't think I was talking over you and Sperging over you and interrupting you any more than you were to me. That's not true. After you literally said, oh, wait, I don't care if I interrupted you. I was consistently asking for no interruptions. The entire time you said, oh, I was over talking you. So you said, I don't care that I'm interrupting you. I'm going to interrupt you immediately when you start talking. I think that deserves
So
a mute and a moderation.
So you're not going to bring
more
in the
than me
context
just trying to
of
have a
the
normal
points you just
dialect.
brought- Dude, you're being
The
intellectually
second
dishonest
point
at this point.
I want to
You're really
defend
trying to pull
myself
things out
on
of context.
is
But you're-
since when do I
So you're
since
gonna
when do I
defend yourself
agree to a
by
judge, two
literally
judges
being
that I don't
intellectually
even know?
dishonest. So here's why
You're
lying
doing it
about
right
that
now.
point.
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, okay, so I'm doing it right now just to defend myself because now you're literally just being intellectually dishonest and slandering me now.
Tell me why. Tell me
You're
why.
not adding context to what you just said at all.
What's the
Because
context?
the context of what you just said when it comes to me interrupting you, and I said, oh, well, you know, I'm going to keep interrupting you, right? Remember, is that what you said? I want to be sure. Come on.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
So the
I would think
context
so.
of that is that literally right before I even interrupted you in the first place, you were interrupting me for 15 whole minutes, and I was kept talking to the judge like, yo, Hype, like, aren't you going to like mute him or something? I have perms for you. And this dude is playing Minecraft or some shit. And I'm like, fuck.
So the first
And
of
then-
all, he didn't
and
have
then-
perms originally, so
no,
he could
actually, he did
he
have
didn't?
perms, and I did give it to him, and I did state that multiple times.
not
I
till a
recorded.
certain point.
No,
We can look at it in a recording.
Okay, we can look at recording, but I did give him
Yeah.
perms, and he did nothing. He was,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm playing
and by
Minecraft."
that point, you are already interrupting me
No, I
equally.
was not interrupting you. Okay, you started the
Yeah, will you
interruption
prove that?
test. You did. Yes, you literally
you-
started it. You started the
I
whole
want you to
interruption
prove that.
test, and I was peaceful the entire time.
I don't believe you. I want you to
To
prove
a
that.
certain point where I was like,
Well,
okay,
are you
this
gonna
is
prove your
ridiculous.
assertion, please?
And then you're interrupting me right now, because I'm
Yeah, I
trying
am.
to defend myself, and you're interrupting
That's
me.
not. That has nothing to do with
Yes,
what's
it
happened
does.
previously.
Yes, it does. And
What
I'm
does that have
explaining
to do?
why, and you won't let me.
You were doing the same to me before that.
No, you were doing it
can-
first, and then I did it.
All right. Yeah,
Thank
prove
you.
I was doing it first. That's my issue.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Sure, or something like that. He was completely sure that he was inside this form of calamity. This again does not put the substance forward about your initial claim that calamity or wonder view would be logic. You use the next scan, or the Iraqi interview scan, to supplement the claim before, which I already defeated. I think this is a false supplementation. I don't think it actually proved anything, and I gave certain reasoning why. The next scan, I asked you for the context of your scan, which isn't overly skeptical. That's just asking for context of a scan that you blatantly cropped out. And then we look at the context in the next scan at 852.
Okay.
See what I'm talking about? And I attacked this by saying, oh, I think there's a semantical difference here between what he's talking about in the first scan and what he's talking about in the last scan. When he's talking about like karmic retribution, I said the context here is pretty obviously, or even if it's not obvious or supersedes your explanation, I explained how it's an equal interpretation to your explanation. That he's talking about wonder of view having some kind of almost like it acting like karma, like a karmatic retribution. I think I gave that as an equal interpretation.
Okay.
So I just went through and explained to you how I'm not just being overly skeptical. That is incredibly slanderous. I'm giving you solid reasoning on refuting the substance within your own scans.
Okay, cool.
I'm all done.
So let me provide what I said and why my scans prove my point of why this character literally is that system, which is logic. So I'm going to go point by point again. So once again, in this scan, the top scan that he just added, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can see it. Okay, he says that the flow of calamity is the flow of reason. He says the logic is connected to this world, linked together in a continuous chain, and then wonder if he specifies to overcome that and to reach him is not possible. Then, for more proof that he is that logic, right? To overcome that calamity means to overcome logic, because in this case it says overcome the flow of calamity, like cannot happen, right? And if they're
Wait, why? My question is, you're ignoring my point though.
No. Let me finish. See? Thank you.
Okay.
Anyways,
You're just
if there
ignoring my
perhaps-
point though.
If there perhaps exists something that is not affected by the logic of this world, he keeps referencing the logic of this world, right? And then the flow of calamity, essentially. The flow of calamity is literally just the flow of logic. And then we go back
Yeah,
up to that
but I
first scan.
explained that, Jobber.
Now,
You're ignoring
why?
my
Stop
point
interrupting
again.
me. Stop
I'm interrupting you because you're ignoring my
You're
point.
not letting me finish my point at all.
Please
That's
address
the
my
problem we're having in
position.
this entire debate.
No, I just want you to address my position.
I'm
It's
not
all.
muting you.
I'm not muting because you're not addressing my position.
Hold on. Hold.
But if you want to ramble, keep rambling. Go for it.
All right, then. Come on. Let me ramble. There we go.
I'm
All
listening.
right, so he says the flow of reason. Reason is logic in the end of the day. That's the meaning of that word. I can post it right here.
Is that all you had to say?
No, it's not all I have to say. Can you please be quiet?
Yes, I can. I'm letting you ramble. Internet is spurging.
Yeah, it's
Hold on. Continue. Still, just like Lem continues, like, because he's gonna spurg about it. I don't want him to
Well, I
spurg.
just hype. The thing is, I don't really want to hear
so
him.
wait a minute. So you're
Rams.
okay. You say like it's a okay. What I'm doing is a bad thing because he keeps interrupting me. You don't think okay? So you don't find that reasonable that I'm getting angry that he's been interrupting me this entire debate and he's been the one starting this whole interruptions and I keep referring to you as the judge to tell him to be quiet or even use your perms that I gave you and you don't do anything with it.
Yeah, I just
Like,
told him
how
to
is
shut up
that
like 5
unreasonable?
times. What?
Okay,
I just told him to shut up like 15 times, Jobber. What?
I didn't hear it. You're
At
lagging.
least stopped him from talking so you could keep on talking.
I mean, well, sorry, I didn't hear it. You're lagging. My bad.
No, I
you
was
were
like,
lagging pretty
I was
bad.
like, I literally told him, I was like, shut up, Dio. I'm trying to hear Jobber. So he doesn't like spurg about it. I was like,
My lord. Alright, so anyways, I just posted like the fucking I have like my thing on here. Here, you guys want me just to post like a just a what was it?
Hey, bro, wait 1 second.
Screenshot
This
of-
isn't the stuff we're talking about. I thought we were addressing the former scans.
We're talking about okay. What we're talking about is calamity being logic. And we're talking about the evidence that I'm providing to say that it is.
Yeah, I know, but are we still referring to the older scans, or are we moving on to a different point?
Referring to all the scans for this specific point.
Okay, but is this a different point than the original scans?
No,
Or are you?
it's the same point. It's the same. Like this is
Do you
all
know
the
what I
same
mean when I
point.
say
No
point?
shotguns, no nothing. This is the same
You-
exact point. We're not moving
You
on
know,
from anything
you know what I
else.
mean when I said point? When I say point?
Argument.
Yeah, but I think it's a little more like more than that. Okay.
Okay, no,
So what
no,
I'm
no,
trying
no,
to
no.
say-
You can't think it's just more than that at this point. Dude, okay,
Why
you
not?
can think okay, actually no. You can think that, but the truth is it's not. And I can
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine.
appeal to
You
a
can
judge
ignore
on
my
that.
evidence. I'm fine with you ignoring my evidence. Continue.
Okay. So I just posted
Did you not hear my former refutation of this?
Hold on. Now you're saying that Iraqi, when it comes to reason, you're saying that he's not referring to the same reason that we've referred to. Essentially.
When I say reason, I'm not referring to the dictionary definition. Why should I think he is?
Okay, so you don't think that with anything within reason is anything logical? He
I
said
mean,
the
I think
form of
reason is very subjective. Can I answer your question?
So if you think it's very subjective, one review describes it himself the best because he says he talks about the flow of calamity and that it's the flow of reason, and then he goes on to say that it's the logic of this world that's connected.
Did I not debunk that scan?
No, you didn't debunk the.
Didn't
full
we have a whole
context
point
of
on that
everything.
scan, Jobber?
Yeah, you didn't debunk the full context of what I'm providing right now. I'm continuing on to
Okay.
that idea because
I'm going to
you wanted
use my
more
same
evidence.
reputation.
You wanted
If you're
more
appealing to
evidence for it.
Afghanistan, I'm
Wait,
using the same reputation.
Wait, okay, no, you can't use the same refutation because I'm providing more evidence and arguments to
My
provide
original
evidence for it.
argument wasn't a lack of evidence. It was a lack of conflating context.
Okay, so I'm providing more context, which is more evidence.
Well, you're not proving the context here still.
Yes, I am
You're not
proving the
proving these
context because
conflations.
he keeps explaining it over and over again that to overcome the flow of calamity, it's impossible, and you need to overcome logic.
Did you hear how I addressed that point? Or you're either ignoring it or you didn't hear.
Okay, how did you address your point?
Yeah, so he actually says within the scan, if you'll read your entire scan, that it's impossible unless, right? So there is just saying it's impossible, that's not even true to your own scan.
Wait, where is it? Where does he say that? Where?
Yeah.
Where
Let me
does he
show
say
you.
unless?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Is that the scan where Born This Way dies, right? Because I can read it.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, the motorcycle chick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me read it to you.
No, I got it. I'll read it. So, it is absolutely not possible. Overcoming the flow of calamity, wonder of you. So, he just says wonder of you. That's him. He's the flow of calamity, the flow of reason. Simply
Yeah, but
cannot
your
happen.
argument is the flow of calamity is logic.
Yes, and then if you let me read the rest of the scan, he says, but if there's something that does not exist in this world, that does exist somewhere, if there perhaps exists something that is not affected by the logic of the world,
Okay.
which we refer to the context, right? Because you wanted more context for the top scan, and then
Are you
he
gonna
says,
Are you gonna
let me
address my
finish.
refutation? Or are you gonna ignore that too?
I am addressing refutation.
No, you're not. My
Okay.
threshold refutation
What's your refutation then?
about thresholds. Did you hear that argument or no?
Say it again.
So I think there can be what, let's say, Josuke's bubbles or whatever. Let's say something that transcends or is not affected by this flow of calamity, right? I think it can exist as X. Let's call it X. I think X cannot be affected by Y, which would be the flow of calamity. And the way it does that is by transcending threshold Z. I think it's a false
Can
equivocation
you put it in a
to say
different way?
because that's true, right? I don't think you can say that I don't think that means you can say Y is threshold Z.
Put it in a different way. I don't understand that. I think you're making
What do
this
you not
overly.
understand?
I think you're making this overly complicated for no reason. In my
You
opinion.
want me to type it out so you can understand? Like it's not my issue that you don't understand. You want me to type it out?
I mean, sure, you can type it out, but I want you to at least explain in a way that I can simply understand it, because I don't think. I don't
I
follow
think
the
everybody else here
so-
understands it, but I'll say it in like
so
baby terms.
You're assuming
okay?
that everyone here understands it.
I think they do. Yeah.
So yeah, it's an
Okay.
assumption. Good job.
It is an assumption. Yes. Okay. I'll put it in like baby terms for you though.
So okay,
So-
you really need to say it like that though. Okay, dude.
That's not offensive. I'm
Yeah,
just
okay. Yes,
I'm just
it
saying
is.
it's
So
baby
you're-
terms
so you're
because
putting it in,
I'm putting it in simpler terms. That's what baby terms mean.
Okay then. Wow.
Okay. What do you mean? Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. So I think let's
That's
say
like-
you
that's-
have
wait, actually, you know what I mean by well? That's like saying that, okay, so since you don't understand my argument, I'm gonna put this down in just dumbass terms for you. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
dumb
what
this
I'm
down
doing.
for dumbasses. That's pretty
Hopefully-
much what you just said. I'm gonna put this in baby
Yeah,
terms.
pretty much
That's
because
why-
I think that's what I have to do. Because I'm putting it in like terms that I think most people can
So
understand.
what? Okay.
You
so
don't
the-
understand.
Okay, wait. So you just made an assumption that people understand what you just said. You have no proof.
Yeah,
and then you're just
I
gonna
am
say you're
making
gonna
the
put it in baby
assumption.
terms. Okay, clearly. you don't
We have
understand.
someone right
And
here.
you're
We can ask
asking
Mike if he understands.
her. No, ask everyone. Go ahead. Ask everyone in the VC. If they understand.
All right, everyone in VC, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, I think it's pretty obvious.
Well, I kind of like lagged out for a second, but what were you saying?
My analogy with the bubbles goes like this, right? He's
Yeah.
saying there's an object that can pretty much not be affected by wonder of view's calamity. And the way it does this is by transcending logic.
Okay.
So I said that object, we can call it X, right?
Okay.
And flow of calamity, we can call it Y, right?
Okay.
And we can call transcending logic Z, right?
Okay.
So I think X cannot be affected by Y, all right? By transcending Z.
Can you explain that? Except
But-
not in axes.
But I think that doesn't mean that Y would equal Z. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're basically trying to say that like, oh, like this quote unquote thing can be like negated by, or like here. So you're saying that like, what's it called? You're saying that this thing can is negated by something because this something does this, but it doesn't mean that like that something that is negated. Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. That makes sense.
Mhm.
What? Okay, so explain it without the axes. Just say what they
Okay,
are.
so wait, you want me or Dio to explain it?
I'll say it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, let's say you have a box, right?
No.
And the
I don't
box-
want that explanation. I just want you to, instead of just saying the axes, just tell me the calamities instead. Just give me the actual names. Instead, I don't want the
So
box.
Josuke's bubble, right? which is not affected by the flow of calamity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the flow of calamity, in the way it does this, not being affected by the flow of calamity, is by transcending what's called this world's logic, right?
Okay.
I don't think just because that's the way he's not affected by the flow of calamity means the flow of calamity is logic.
So you're saying that it's basically two separate things. That just because he says that. Hello. Yes.
That's the way it makes sense to me.
Okay, that's the way it makes sense to you. All right. Now.
Yeah,
in
I think that's pretty
refutation-
reasonable.
Okay, cool. In refutation to that, right, is the more reason why he is that logic is because once again I'm going to refer to these skins that I posted without interruption. Is that top skin says the flow of calamity is the flow of reason. Then he says the logic together. It's just linked together in this world. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
More evidence for it, right? So at the
Do you
bottom skin,
remember my point on
So-
this?
you're, oh my god, you're just not letting me finish. Holy shit.
Well, you're bringing up a point I think I already dismissed. Do you remember my point on this?
Yeah, it was the first point, but guess what? We're on a second point, which is completely different. I've said
Yeah,
this a
but I'm gonna
million
use-
times. Just let me finish.
I'm using and I already told you, I'm using the same refutation
let
I
me
used
finish.
originally.
Let me finish.
Yeah, ramble.
You-
Yeah,
you-
ramble. Go for it. Ramble.
I'm not rambling, dude. Okay, so you can use the same refutation. You can't actually wait a minute. No, you can't use the same refutation for the second point because it's a completely different point than the other one. put
And I
more
can't use the same
context to
logic
it.
to
I'm
refute the
putting
same
more
claim you're making?
context, more context, more information for you that you wanted for the scan. You can't give the same refutation when.
Do you
there's more
understand my
evidence to prove it.
original refutation was not hinging
Yes, I
on needing more
understand. Wait, I
context?
understand your original refutation, but can you let me finish? Explain why I'm going to give you my refutation towards what you just said.
Yeah, you've done it 5
So-
times, but you ramble.
No,
Go.
I'm not. Okay. Okay, so every time that you've interrupted me 15 million times, I'm just going to say you're rambling. Every time you give a point, you're rambling. Like, can you let me finish? Let me finish. For the love of God. Like, dude. This whole debate has been like you interrupting me. Thank you.
I'm not talking.
Anyways, let's see here. As I was saying, after that first scan, which I've already said, right, then we go down to the bottom scan, where he says it's not possible to overcome the flow of calamity. One of you simply cannot happen. That you need to go beyond, like, the logic of this world, like something that's not affected by the logic of this world. And then we go down even more, and then Araki verbatim says that I decided that the strongest and most terrifying adversary one can face is calamity. Calamity attacks irrationally, but is bound by a certain logic. It works through logic.
Are you done?
Through the logic of that world.
Are you done?
No. I'll tell you
Okay,
when I'm
continue.
done. Okay?
All right, then do tell me. I wasn't sure.
Let's see here. And then keep in mind that the other scan I posted, which is how... What was it? Yeah, actually, that helps my point even more, because the flow of calamity is the flow of logic, because right here in the bottom scan, what was it? I forgot that guy's name, but let's just say Josuke's friend. He says, calamities will keep colliding into me. And he says the reason, right, that, like, you know, the light broke is because, like, you know, he just explains about calamities, but the main thing to take away from that scan, which I posted up above, it's still in the same scan, by the way, is that right here he says that, like, how you interact with society in general, everything you've done up until that point relates to Wonder of You's energy, which I posted above that he is, which I can go up to, right? And keep in mind that not only does, let me look here, yes, Josuke's friend, he uses the reason, so they have an obvious reason to why they attacked. I already posted the definition of what reason is, and it's based on logic. Right here, Araki says that calamity attacks rationally and is bound by a certain logic, so it works on logic, a flow of logic. And that is right here, and I'll go back up to the regeneration point, which is that the laws of calamity are just things that exist in this world and can never go away. It's a natural law of their verse, which is just logic, which I feel like I've proven indefinite. And then what's here? Let's look here. Let me look here. And then, yep. All right. And that's pretty much the whole point.
All right, you're done now.
I've proven this already, so I'm ready to move to conclusions on this point. I think I proved it.
I think I've refuted everything you just said. I'll refute it again in my conclusion. But yeah, you can conclude. I'm fine.
Now go with your go with your conclusions first.
Okay. If you say anything new in your conclusion, I think that's completely invalid.
All right, I'll apply the same logic to you. Got you.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna start from the beginning. So after conceding the first point, he brings up a new point which he claims is a completely different point, even though it's incredibly similar. He starts by sending the scan he sent before. He delusionally thinks that it's depending. It would be true if it had more context to it. That wasn't my original statement. That's not what I won the original point on. My original statement was it's not true because he's conflating the context of the first panel into the second panel. So his entire point on needing more context or like a preponderance of evidence on this context is misguided to begin with. We go into the second scan where he starts to say something about how it's impossible for him to overcome. And then he's saying, oh, because it's impossible to overcome unless you're above logic, was his statement, right? I gave him an analogy with propositional logic. He didn't understand that, even though everyone else seemed to. Then I tried to dumb it down and gave him a basic analogy. And then I had to dumb it down even more and give him the exact words because he obviously doesn't understand what an analogy is. I pretty much said you can exist beyond the flow of calamity. And the way you do that is because you're above logic. I don't think that means that the flow of calamity is logic. That's the point I made on that scan, and then we move on to the next. He starts talking about how he's sure he's completely over the flow of calamity or inside the flow of calamity. This point has absolutely no substance on the point of him being logic itself either. This is how I refuted this claim. He then starts to talk about how the Iraqi statement, I explain how that can be equally interpreted, and even I think my interpretation would be more valid via the substance of the scan, where he starts to talk how it's a subsect of logic. I think this scan does not only contradict his own position, but if it didn't do that, I don't think it has the substance.
That's a new point. You never said that.
No, it's not. I already talked about
this.
No,
you never talked about that. That's a completely new thing. You never said
That's
anything about
true.
a subsect of logic. I know that for a fact.
You remember when I went through every single scan?
No, you never said anything about it being a subset of logic. I know that for a fact.
Jobber.
You did not say that.
All right, you can think that. That's fine. I'll drop it. I'm not trying to Sperg with you. And then into the next scan, he sent me a clipped panel. I don't know if he's trying to be disingenuous.
Okay, so...
Once again, I'm trying to read something.
I posted the full context of that panel.
I'm trying to read something. I'm trying to read something. Don't.
Ow.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, I'll continue. So I went into the next scan. When I was looking at where you posted like a clip scan panel, I asked you to post the context. That's not overly skeptical. That's like very clearly just wanting context to a clip scan panel. You then posted the full clip scan panel after about 25 minutes. So it talks about how calamities keep colliding into me. And then he immediately switched the semantical truth onto the man in the black hat, or the doctor, pretty much. And then that's the entire conversation after that one sentence. And you're trying to apply the thing that's said near the end of that conversation to the first sentence. And then I explained how that's taking that context and applying to something the context doesn't apply to. I explained how that could just be applicable to the man in the black hat, the doctor, having some form of karmatic retribution attributes. Applying that to calamity itself is completely ridiculous. And then he tried to bring up after that fact the point on reason. I asked him to prove what Araki says when he's talking about reason, because I don't think everyone in common language has a denotative truth. Like they go through these denotative truths. And I supplemented that through evidence by saying I personally do not go off a denotative truth when I'm talking about reason. So he refers to the past scan saying Araki defines this as karmatic retribution. Then he backtracks and switches the goalposts and puts it on logic itself again. His scan about reason does not prove that and does not apply to the former scans. That's my conclusion. I'm done.
May I speak now for my conclusions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just don't take 25 minutes, please.
Dude, I never said anything for how long you're gonna take. So really,
I'm just asking.
that's like
please.
very unnecessary. Anyways,
Okay.
so this whole point has been about. It's essentially so he never refuted the whole point. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, so let's see here. So Dio never refuted any of these points before, which is that the worlds in JoJo are universes, D4C dimension hops. So he didn't have any refutations. Actually, yeah, he didn't have any refutations for that. So I completely won that point. And then next point was the JoJo multiverse is infinite in the number of universes. And his logic understood, and that he had no contentions. And then with the true form, the true form wonder view is the embodiment of logic. I think what was it? Yeah, so yeah, this one is it. So the true form wonder view is the embodiment of logic, and I quote that the form of the head doctor is calamity energy, and I make this is a whole new point entirely where I prove that calamity is logic, and so I go back up to the scan right here where it's noted. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's noted that. Wait, actually, there's more to it. Sorry, wait a minute. Oh wait, and then I also talked about how Wonder Review is a hybrid of a stand and a person. As the head doctor stands the mind, body, and soul. He came back because he's like simply logic. So the whole point is that calamity is logic. So we're gonna start from there. So I provided my evidence that the laws of calamity are logic. If I go up to right about here, wait a minute. Give me a sec here. Boom. Alright, anyways. Alright, so I refer to the scan up above, where the dot is, where Dio like put it at, is that Wonder View specifically states the flow of calamity is the flow of reason. And he goes after to say that the logic of this world is linked together in a continuous chain, and then he says after that to overcome that and reason to reach me is not possible. My argument is essentially that calamity is logic, or it's the flow of logic that Wonder View operates on. So in the bottom scan it says that the form of the head doctor is calamity energy. Then the next scan, Wonder View even confirms this more so when he's saying that it's absolutely not possible that overcoming the flow of calamity, which he even states himself that it's Wonder View, which he is the flow of calamity, and he's stating that in order for someone to do that, they need to go beyond like logic of that world. And the reason why I say it's logic is I circle back to reason, right, which is essentially just logic in that point. What's reasonably understood, what's within reason in that verse, which he says himself, anything within reason, the flow of reason, what's possible, the logic that's linked together. That's what he says exactly right after. Now the next thing, alright, let me look here. Because, I refuted that point actually, had a refutation, which was, he said, give me a sec here, Dio said that, wait, okay, Dio, can you repeat the XYZ point again?
I thought you didn't understand that. Remember, I simplified it for you.
No, it's just that there's a lot of information going on here, and I need you to repeat it for me, like a normal person.
You want the one you didn't understand, or the one I like babyfied for you?
So, okay.
I'm asking you a question. Which one do you want?
Okay, what do you think? Well, the one I want.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Because you didn't need to like really put it in that way at all, but you can choose the second one.
I'm just asking.
Choose the second one.
The second one. All right.
Just type it down.
I was talking about how the flow of calamity exists, and I called it Y within my original one. But in the Josuke's bubble, which is above the flow of calamity, I called it X. I said that there is a chain of logic, or logic itself, not a chain of logic, logic itself would exist as a Z. And to put it in layman's terms, or babyfy it down for you, I'm saying Josuke's bubble can be above Z, which would be logic, and use that to transcend or not be affected by Y, which is the flow of calamity. And then I said that does not mean that Y is Z, or in layman's terms, that the flow of calamity is logic.
Okay, and my refutation to that is a scan by Iraqi saying that the calamity is bound by a certain logic. So he refers to it as a certain logic. So that's my refutation to that exact point, which is why the flow of calamity is logic. And the author himself states it, and you have no refutation towards that. And
I did have a
else...
refutation towards that. Don't lie to yourself.
Okay, so what's the refutation then?
Yeah, I already explained within my conclusion. I said it was a certain logic, which could both be referring to something more contextual than logic itself. And I also said it contradicted because it creates a lower subsect of logic that it exists within.
No, okay, so the first one you haven't like it's a positive claim that you haven't proven. The second one is based on assumption.
No, that was on the negative. I said it could be true.
So you're saying it could be true. That's a positive. I'm saying it could be true.
No, you made a positive assertion, and I'm saying, well, this could also be true.
Okay, but that's also another positive assertion too. You're saying that
would be a negative assertion. I'm giving you an equal interpretation off the substance you're providing.
So okay,
that would be called a negative claim. This is basic dialectical structure, Jobber.
Okay, so you're giving that evidence. Okay, so you're giving that take, but you have no evidence for it. And
I'm using the same evidence you used. I do have evidence. It's called reasoning.
Okay, so is that reasoning based in logic?
Yeah, my reasoning's based in logic.
So why wouldn't their reasoning be based in logic?
I'm saying I don't have an issue. Their reasoning might be based in logic, but I'm saying mine is also based in logic and could be interpreted equally.
Okay, so
you know what that means?
Yes, I know what that means. So okay. How come their reasoning is different? How come it's not based on our logic then? It's not based on logic.
Did you not hear me? I said their reasoning could be based on logic, but it would just be an equal interpretation to mine.
Okay.
Which means if I give an equal interpretation, I don't think an enemy's positive claim could pass through.
Okay, an enemy's positive claim, and then like proving it, like over all these scans I posted, that your reasoning is based on logic because they keep referring to it multiple times. I think your stance is completely unreasonable. It makes no sense because they say.
Yeah. Did I not just explain to you how that's an equal interpretation, Jobber?
Yeah. Okay, you already explained it, but I'm explaining why that equal interpretation is like garbage because they.
And didn't I call you out for not adding new stuff in your conclusion?
I'm not adding new stuff in my conclusion at all. I'm telling you what's in my scans.
Then why are you having a debate with me right now on new substance?
No, I haven't posted anything. No new substance.
It doesn't have to be posting. There could be new reasoning.
Nah, my reasoning that I'm saying right now is what I've been arguing before. About
that my argument. Yeah, so you're saying exactly the same words? You're not.
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, you want a recording then? Like, bet. We can do it right now.
That you said exactly the same words as you said before? Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Okay, we'll see it after the debate. Now, anyways, like I said, right?
All right, drop the point until you can prove it. Continue.
What?
You said you'd show me after the debate. So drop the point until you can prove it. Continue.
Let me see. Yeah, what about this one?
Second one down.
Oh, second one down, the one with Wonder of You, hybrid, or whatever.
You remember when I was talking? Remember when I made the distinction between the man in the suit and Wonder of You?
Wait,
because I was talking about At first, I was talking about the head doctor, and then I was
the man in the suit. The man in the suit is Satoru Okefu, and then Wonder of You is just Wonder.
What I'm saying is, when it says him, it's talking about the man in the suit, which is Sokoru, and when I say it's talking about Wonder of You.
Oh, okay, wow, that's actually like really good clarification. What?
Yeah,
Let me go back to the scan.
this is what I've kind of been saying.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Maybe it made more sense.
I legitimately want to blow my brains out. Like, I'm not even joking.
Well, I didn't know
Oh
this
my
guy was
God.
going to try to stamina to debate me, but
No,
Why
because,
are you
like,
accusing me of stamina
it's not because the
debating?
length. It's because I'm so indecisive. It's just like I just got Jobber's argument, which I thought was pretty good, and then now I'm getting your clarification on yours, which I'm like, okay, this is good too. So I'm like, oh, who do I give the point to? So let's see. I'm just gonna go over this game by myself. Okay, Calamity's will keep climbing me. The reason that light broke just now was because I tried to look at the man in the black suit. So no matter how I may try, I can't get close to him. He's in a black suit. Yeah, sure, whatever, man. I don't give a shit. Enjoy your psycho dreams if you want, asshat. Even if you can't see him, it's like I said, it's karmic retribution. How you interact with society in general, everything you've done to this point, all relates to his energy. Well, that's the problem. There's nothing to define what it is. Like it's like, as Jobber is saying that it is something else, and Dio is saying that it is something else, but in reality, there's like nothing to define what it is.
Well, I
There's
already
no
defined
context.
What it is.
So like, I mean, at this point, I just give the point to neither of you because I'm like just like there's literally no context behind either.
Reasoning. What? Okay, I literally tied that in. Okay,
Okay, what is it, Jobber?
Okay, we literally got there because of the scan up above, which he wants to know. Okay, so he makes an assumption that the certain logic Araki's talking about is a subsect of logic, and I say no, it's not that. And here's my proof for why. Here's the logic that Wonder View actually operates on that's actually explained, which is that he said, okay, calamities will keep colliding into me. And then he gives a reason for all of this, like for why all that shit's happening. And he defines it as karmic retribution, or how you interact with society in general, everything you've done up to this point, like all relates to his energy. That's the certain logic that he's bound by. He's bound
that's
by
the
what
problem,
their
though. That's the
actions are.
problem. Hold on, let me plug my phone. Actually, my phone's about to die. Okay, that's the problem, though. So all it's saying when it says how you interact with society in general, all that's doing is like defining what karmic retribution is.
Holy shit!
That's I literally looked at what karmic retribution was, and that's like literally what it is.
You're taking the context out of this game completely.
And what is that's the thing, though. Like, the scan has like little to no context on anything.
Okay, so holy shit. Okay,
don't you think if you cannot determine what his, don't you think if you can't determine what it is, don't you think his positive would fail, but my negative would just like exist?
Why are you interrupting this? We're trying to discuss, man.
Look, bro.
You did the same thing to me, little homie. Like, chill out.
Look, because listen to this, right? Karmic retribution kind of relates all into karma, right? That's what karmic comes from, so karma. And how you interact with society in general ties into karma. That's what karma does. Based on how you interact with society in general, karma like feeds back to you, right? So the point is, it's like how you interact with society in general is literally like defining what karmic retribution is. That's why it's like the letters are in bold, because they're like important words, and it just like defines it later.
So, all right, you know what? Okay, do you think calamities are a bad thing?
Yeah, calamities are bad. Yeah,
calamities are bad. That's why he literally labeled it karmic retribution.
It's based on what you do.
Yeah, okay, but it's based off of the calamities. The logic of everyone, what they do, how they.
Are you telling me that calamity is based off calamity?
What?
No, look, calamity is based on. It says, Rai says that calamity is based off how you interact with society in general.
Okay, so.
Or no, he says that. No, he says that karmic retribution is how you interact with society in general.
No, wait, what?
Yeah, what? Oh my god. Look, it says...
Hold on. Let me look at this. So, he's calling it karmic retribution, and it is how you interact with society in general. Now, what he means by that is anything you've literally interacted with, anything you touched is a weapon for Wonder Review. Logically. That's literally all the calamities just attack them, everything they touched.
What?
Yes.
Are you telling me that whenever it says how you interact with society in general can be used as a weapon?
How is that unreasonable?
Because it doesn't make any sense. Like,
Okay,
look at it.
so
look at it this way.
all
Look at it this way.
everything. Okay, think about it like this, right? Okay, so everything that attacks these people. Okay, so has Josuke touched a car before?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, he got hit by a car.
Okay, that's cool. But I'm saying that this scan isn't referring to that.
Okay, it is.
Like,
it's
look, it's not. Look, in this
that
case,
what you touch is used against
look,
you. That's karmic retribution.
that's not what it's saying. Look, Jobber, look.
Yeah, okay.
It says, I'm gonna just read it out to you. Even if you can't see him, it's like I said, it's karmic retribution. How you interact with society in general. Everything you've done up to this point all relates to this energy. It just, like, because in this case, it's just defining what, like, karmic retribution is, and it talks about, like, how calamity, like, affects you based on what you do. Like, I don't think there's anything behind this scan that says that it's based on
in society, right?
It's just how you interact with society in general. How you interact with it.
Yes,
that's what
everything
karma
you've
is.
done, everything you've done up to
Karma
this point.
feeds back onto you based on what you do in society. That's why it says karmic retribution. There's nothing in this scan that says that, oh, this uses a weapon. Like, there's nothing.
What?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, you're ignoring that he just talks about why he literally says the reason why these calamities are attacking him or colliding with him. Yes, it says it in
the reason
scan.
it says the reason why I did it is because I looked at the man in the black suit.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so how does that mean that things in society are being used as a weapon against you? That makes literally no sense. It's saying that, like, because you literally explained 5 seconds ago that Josuke touched a car before, so he got ran over by a car or whatever. Like, that's not what it's saying. It's saying how you interact with society. So if you look at the man in the black suit, the karmic retribution or whatever, as he defines it, is going to feed back on you because later it was energy and just kills you.
All right. I already gave you an example of how my logic flows better than yours. Is that the calamities that he's referring to, the karmic retribution, anything you've interacted with society, anything you've touched, right, has attacked them.
What?
Wait.
Oh my god.
What? Why can't you let me finish your point? Okay, why can't you let me finish my point? Let you finish yours?
Just go ahead, bro. Just go ahead.
Okay, you agreed verbatim that Josuke touched a car, and I told you that Josuke got hit by a car because he's in the flow of calamity.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Wait,
yeah.
So that's one piece of evidence, right? Yeah,
more. We're talking about what this scan means. I'm saying that doesn't mean that. I'm saying it's not related to that at all.
It does mean that because I have evidence and reasoning to support it.
Okay, that isn't evidence, bro. You telling me that Josuke touching you're telling me that Josuke touching a car and then getting ran over by a car is related to this scan where it says that how you it's not saying because you're telling me you just said how you interact with society in general, what you interact with society in general, what you touch. It doesn't say that. It just says how you interact with society in general. Everything you've done up to this point all relates to it because the actions that you do, like for example, when it relates to looking at the man in the black suit, calamity takes effect and feeds back on you.
Okay.
Oh,
so what's wrong with that specific statement? Because that's how calamities start. Now he's saying the reason why these calamities happen to you in the first place. Another thing, the certain logic is everything you've done up to this point and how you interact with society in general. And keep in mind that he's in jail, but before he was in jail, keep in mind Josuke got hit by a car because he touched a car as a flow of calamity. Some guy hold on. Okay,
go ahead. Keep going. Oh my god, this is cancerous. Keep going.
Okay. After Josuke got hit by that car, another calamity was bound onto him, and he reflected it onto another person. He interacted with another person's society, and they died. They broke their neck. Next scan is that, okay, you agree, right, that it rains, right? That logically, they've probably been in the rain before, right? They've interacted with the rain. The rain touched them before?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, we know that for a fact because what they interacted with it hurts them. Rain hurts them. Like, they drink water? That's another
No. Okay, look, there's a difference between what you're saying and what I'm saying. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Okay, so basically what you're telling me is calamity works like this. Like, just things that happen in society, or just, like, not society, but just things that happen, like, in the world, like rain or, like a cigarette or some, like, random shit like that, like, can randomly come in and, like, hurt you or harm you, right? And affect you like that.
Randomly.
But what I'm telling you here is that this scan isn't referring to that. I'm telling you that this scan is referring to what you do in society causing calamity to take effect.
Okay.
Not what calamity is. I'm saying that like the requirements for calamity to activate are based on what you do in society. Because what you're arguing here is that the contents of calamity, or the harbingers of calamity, are based on what Josuke or whoever interacts with. But what I'm saying is that scan isn't referring to that. I don't like, regardless, I don't care if it does or it doesn't like work like that. But what I'm saying is like, this scan isn't referring to that. This scan is referring to what you do in society, or like, for example, right, looking at the man in the black suit, or it's just like everything up to this point all relates to what happens in calamity. I think there's like more than enough context within this scan to prove that my interpretation is correct.
No, there isn't.
Okay, look. Okay, you are debating with the judge. So I mean, if I was debating you and I wasn't the judge, I would have forced conclusions or just gone into conclusions. But I'm not going to go conclusions on a conclusion. Okay, that's fucking dumb.
Okay then. All right. So you want to just agree to disagree at this point, or no?
Agree. I mean, we can discuss this later. But what I'm saying is like this whole thing is based on how you semantically tie calamity to karmic retribution, like in that scan, right? So you gave an argument as to why, and I said, oh, it's a pretty good argument. But then Dio came back and said, no, I believe that it is referring to the man in the black suit, or Wonder. No, it's referring to the Wonder of You, not the man in the black suit. He's differentiating the two.
Okay.
And I was saying, oh, okay, well, that's a pretty argument too. But now I'm like looking at both of you guys' arguments, and I'm saying that there's like no context to prove like both of you guys' interpretations. So I don't know who I should give the point to. Is what I'm saying.
Well, hype. 1 second. Can I say something? I haven't talked in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, just say something. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like this, bro. If he makes this is all off of his positive. So if he can't prove his positive, if my negative fails, but his positive also fails, then I would win the point.
Okay, I don't think y'all realize this, but throughout the entire debate, my argument's been consistent in a straight line, and you guys just been appealing to possibility or probability.
You guys? Who's you guys, bro? There's only one person.
Yes,
wait. That's not appealing to probability. Probability.
Yes, it is. You want me to say the exact thing? Okay, I'll read it out for you. I know you're not going to read it. So, an appeal to probability, or the appeal to possibility, also known as ego probability, whatever, I don't care about that, is the logical fallacy of taking something for granted because it would probably be the case or might possibly be the case, and this equals...
Yeah, that's not what I'm doing.
Let me finish. It equals inductive...
No, I'm not letting you finish. That's retarded. I don't care. That's so retarded. That's not what I'm doing.
Yes,
I'm saying it's possibly true. I'm not saying because it's possibly true, therefore it is the case.
It's not, Jobber.
Like, do you have worms in your brain? That's not what I just said.
Look, listen, what Dio is saying...
Are you going to listen to me, you idiot? Or, like, are you actually going to, like, address my argument? Or are you going to continue to, like, flop around like a baby and cope? Okay, what I said was I'm not saying because it's possibly the case that it is the case. That's what this fallacy is. Research your own fallacy. Research your own fallacy before you present it to me, little homie. I'm done.
This is completely new. You just said something is the case. You finally made a claim. You finally made something positive. You're not in the middle anymore. Congratulations, Dio. You finally did it. Good job. You made a positive.
I don't know why you're like trying to cope because I've like you haven't won a point yet, bro. Come back to me when you win a point.
Finally says something is the case. That is
I am. So Jobber, come back to me when you win a point and stop coping, bro. Like on our own.
Wait.
Look.
Did I not win this point, hype? You still didn't judge us.
I haven't even given a verdict yet.
Oh, just hey.
Look.
Who won the point?
Look, okay, I can't give a verdict just yet. Look, I got to comment on what you just said, Jobber, by the way.
This is the longest...
And so you're saying that, what's his name? You're saying that Dio is committing an appeal to probability, and like the definition you gave for that is that because something is possible, then it is true. But Dio isn't asserting that it is the case. He's just saying that it could be the case. That's different.
Okay, so
you can't assign him that fallacy if he's not confirming it to be 100% the case.
I'm saying it is the case. I'm saying there's a possibility that could be the case. That's what he said.
Okay, that doesn't fit under the fallacy, though.
Okay, let me read the fallacy again, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, here it is. Appeal to possibility, right? Is the logical fallacy of taking something for granted because, which is when he says, when it says taking something for granted, his skepticism for granted because it would probably be the case or it possibly could be just the case, right? The possibility.
That's the thing, though. He's not
And
okay.
then-
He's
and-
not taking anything for granted. Like he's not taking anything for granted. Like
Oh
the
my
whole name of the
God.
fallacy. Look, it's called appeal to possibility. He's not appealing to a possibility. He's just like asserting a possibility.
That's the
He's not
same thing.
affirming it
What
to
the
be
fuck?
the case. The definition he just gave is taking something for granted because it could be the case. He's not taking anything for granted. He's
Okay,
asserting
so-
that it could be possible.
So it could be with no evidence, appealing to possibility. There's no evidence. Just there's a
That's
possibility.
not, bro. No, that's not,
There's
bro.
no evidence.
That's different. That's different. Look, you're telling me that Dio says that. Okay, like let me just give you an example. Let's say that there is a box right behind a curtain, and it's like I say that. Oh, it is possible that the box is red, so the box is red. Right? That's what I'm saying. Dio was saying like. If I say that the box is red because it's possible for the box to be red, it's different from what Dio is saying. Dio is saying that it's possible that the box could be red. That's it. He's not saying anything else.
Okay.
He's not saying
Okay,
it is red because it's possible that it's red. That's different.
Okay, but keyword, like you're saying it's possible, and then he just provides no evidence for why, it's possible.
Why should you have
There's
to
no evidence.
look? If I'm just saying that it could be possible, like
Okay,
in some sort
cool.
of parallel
Give me
fucking
some
universe,
evidence. Damn.
that it's red, like. He's not affirming it to be the case. He's not taking a positive stance that it is the case. Like what are you arguing against, Jobber? Like makes no sense.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit.
You just don't understand the fallacy, bro. Like it doesn't make any
I do
sense.
understand the fallacy. I explained it well, bro.
You're not. You
Yes.
gave a definition
just
and you
talked about
assigned a fallacy to
possibilities
someone that
there's
doesn't
no
fit
proof
under
for,
it, bro.
And I'm like, yo,
Like,
you have
look,
no evidence for this.
I'm-
You're committing a fallacy.
I'm going
The
to
whole
click
thing.
on the link that you gave. Hopefully I don't
And
get
that-
IP pulled.
And literally,
And it
that
says in
appeal
the
to
link,
probability, not
it
to mention,
is
it
the-
says inductive
is the
arguments lack
possibility.
inductive
Okay, it
validity
says
and must therefore
appeal to
asserted
possibility
and
is the
denied in
logical
premises.
fallacy of taking something for
Oh my
granted
God.
because it would probably be the
Holy
case
shit.
or might possibly be the case.
It literally
Inductive
gives an
arguments
example-
like deductive validity
Oh my
and must
God.
therefore be asserted or denied in the
example
premises.
okay, so here's
That's
an
what I'm
example
saying.
of a
In the definition, it
a
says
fallacious appeal to
that it's not the
possibility.
case.
Something
Oh
can
my
go wrong
God.
is the premise, and then therefore something will go wrong, which is the invalid conclusion.
What? I didn't even hear a thing you just said until now because I was talking over you, but
Oh, there you go. You admit you're talking over me as a judge. Good job.
yeah, I did. Why wouldn't I talk over you? You're sparking out and saying the same thing
not-
over and over again.
You're saying, bro, you're literally saying the same thing over and over again, and I'm explaining.
You know
why?
why?
It's
Because I have to
stupid.
respond to you who says the same thing over and over again.
Okay, you know what? Just go to conclusions. I don't want to explain anything more. Just give your verdict already.
Oh my God.
I'm really done with this. I'm
This
done.
fucking retarded. This is so retarded. Like, you're throwing all this bullshit out of nowhere with
Hurry
this.
up and
Like,
get
you're just
to
making it worse for
conclusions.
yourself.
I don't
Like,
care. Get
all
to
you're doing,
conclusions.
Jobber, is you're making
Why
it worse
are you
for
stamina
yourself, bro.
debating? I'm gonna accuse you of that. You're stamina debating. Go to conclusions. You're the judge.
I'm stamina debating.
Go to conclusions.
I'm
I
the
don't care.
judge.
I
I'm the
don't
judge.
care. Go
Jobber,
to
you are a
conclusions.
professional stamina debater.
I don't
You
care.
dry
Go
out
to
everything and you
conclusions.
wait for like 10
Go
minutes to
to
find the scan.
conclusion. I'm telling
Bro,
you to go
you
conclusions.
are
End the
stamina
debate.
debating.
End the
Yo,
debate.
If there was
I
a
don't care.
burner
End the
rejoinder
debate.
within this debate,
End
you'd
the
be
debate.
dead in like 5
End the
seconds.
debate. I don't care. End
Oh
the
my
debate.
God.
Go to conclusions.
This
Give
dude,
your
bro.
conclusions.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
care who you pick.
Jobber,
Go to
bro, I thought you were
conclusions.
good, bro. Come on, bro. You can't be doing this to yourself.
Go to
Come on.
conclusions.
I thought
don't
you were
care.
good.
Go to
Okay, anyways,
conclusions.
let's oh my fucking I legitimately, bro, I can't deal with this anymore. Okay. Let's see. I give the point on the what's it called? Oh my, it's been so long I don't even remember. I give the point on the XYZ or whatever the point that fucking thing that Dio said like 10 hours ago. I got the Dio. This point that we're talking about now, I'm gonna give it to. Hold on. It's hard as fuck to give this point to anyone, but I'm gonna give it to fucking. Okay. I'm gonna say that Jobber successfully semantically tied calamity and what's it called? Karmic attribution together but he didn't do anything else to prove his point. So, if I was to split that point up into two sub-points, I'd give one half to Jobber, one half to Dio. But technically then, Dio would win the point because he has 2 points over 1 point.
Cool.
So anything else?
All right, everyone can speak now.
Are we done? Do you have more scaling?
No, I want this debate to end because it's like dumb.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that a
bro.
concession?
What? How? Wait a minute. Hold on. You actually want me to continue this whole entire thing? I thought this was literally gonna be the end of the whole debate at this point.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, you can or you don't want to. It doesn't matter. This is fine.
That's just a concession.
I mean, if it is a concession, that's a concession. It's fine. I don't give a crap. I just want to get the hell out of here anyways. This is fucking boring. But
If you want to concede, that's cool with me.
my hand hurts from, like, tapping my phone so much.
I'm playing Super Auto Pets. You don't even know what that is. That game's too powerful for you guys.
You know, I'm not gonna
Super
concede.
Pets? The fuck? What is Super Auto
You know, I'm
Pets?
not gonna concede, but I am willing to end the debate here because just fucking.
You
Okay.
want me to tell you how that looks?
So, Jobber, look, I'm gonna say two things to you, right? Number one, if you don't like, okay, so you can either do one of two things. You can concede, which would make you lose a debate, or you don't concede, which would make you lose the debate anyways, because I have more points given to Dio over you.
I mean,
It's been like 3-1.
I think other people with the brain would agree that I won this. So.
Yeah, we can ask
Okay.
Lumos.
Do you
We can
think
ask
people
Lumos.
in this VC have a brain? Like, other than me and Dio, because we're like stupid monkeys that are like spineless idiots.
I think people do have a brain, and I think most people would see that I won the point. You can
Okay,
ask
I
Lumos.
mean-
Then
Yeah,
let's ask Lumos.
Who do you
then.
think? Yeah, okay. So Jobber trusts Lumos to have a brain. Lumos, do you think that like my reasoning was sound and like I gave like a slightly good judgment at least?
So I came in a little bit late to the debate. Heard a lot of shit going on here.
Yeah.
Dio definitely has some pretty strong rhetorical action. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh huh.
I think Jobber's appeal to probability was pretty spot on that last take. One person.
Oh my God.
Hear me out. One person is making a strong statement, and the other person's
Okay.
saying, "Well, that could be wrong." But one person's establishing evidence, and the other person's establishing potentiality without
Hey,
like direct
Lumos,
evidence. From
can I
my
say something?
perception, no.
Yeah,
hold on,
yeah,
let me
can I just
finish-
say something?
Let me finish what I'm saying here.
Of course, my friend. Go for
From
it.
my perception, I think that it seems like in terms of raw evidence, we did have a lot of really good stuff presented here, and it seemed logically that like Jobber's stuff seemed to flow pretty straightforward. So I mean, it seemed pretty even to me. One side had really strong rhetoric, and the other side had pretty strong evidence.
That's the thing
Hey,
though.
Lumos,
Like,
can I say something? Hype, can I say something?
yeah, go ahead.
So the fallacy, which I agree is fallacious, the fallacy says, oh, if it's possibly true, then it is true. Then it is the case, right?
Well, aren't you saying that you're saying the opposite of what he's claiming based on that possibility, right? With a lack
No,
of
I'm not making the antithetical claim. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying it's possibly not true.
I agree. That's a possibility, which is probabilistic.
No, because like all I gotta say like up to this point about this whole thing is like
Lumos?
so-
Sorry, I didn't
hold
hear
on.
what you said. I had to say something to somebody. What'd you say again?
okay, yeah, go ahead.
That's a possibility, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
So it would be like this, right?
Okay, hold on.
I say
the
that
definition
it's
has appeal
possible.
to possibility. That is literally in the definition.
No. Did you read the fallacy?
Yes, I'm looking at it right now in real time.
Okay, cool. So it says that it's possible, therefore probable. That's another definition.
Isn't
And it's
that
saying
what
that
you're
it's no. I'm just saying that the fallacy states that it would be fallacious for me to say that since it's possibly the case, then it is the case, right?
Well, isn't he laying out evidence to come to a conclusion, and then you're saying, well, he's possibly wrong? Because it could be other things?
No, I'm not. I'm saying it's possibly another. I'm not saying his claim is wrong. I'm saying this is an equal interpretation. I never claimed his claim was wrong. Oh, you cut out.
Yeah,
Okay,
my bad,
so what
my
I
bad.
said
Yeah.
was I never said that his claim was wrong. I'm giving an equal interpretation.
Without very much evidence, because he provided lots of
I don't
evidence
think
for his
I don't
claim.
think I need substantial, like I don't think I need evidence within substance to prove a possible claim.
Okay, he's establishing strong claims, and you're just establishing the possibility of like something
It's
else.
Captain
without
Forrest
any.
here.
So whenever
I'm the
making
host
my
of today's
conclusions, if you were to ask me
video,
anything
and
specific,
in this video
whenever
I have a
form
very
my
spicy
conclusion,
matchup.
I build logic.
I'm going to be
chains, right?
posting for Corin
Well,
O'Keefe.
like
This
A plus
matchup
B equals
entails
C,
Akuma.
right? At least so I can come to some generalized conclusion.
I mean, Jobber
He's
doesn't
saying-
understand that, but
Okay,
yeah, sure.
hold up. So he's saying A plus B equals C, and you're saying A plus B equals So if you were
Well,
to ask
the
to
thing
decide
is
on both of
this,
those,
right?
I would have to side with his based on more logic or reasoning, right?
You want me to give you like an analogy? Maybe you'll understand.
Go for it. Interesting
All right.
choice of phrasing, but yeah.
I didn't mean it like that at all. Genuinely, like from the bottom of my heart, I did not mean it like
Yeah,
that.
go for
Like
it.
I was packing Jobber, but I like you more, so I'm not gonna pack you. It's like him saying this, right? There's a room, and there is a box in that room. We don't know what color the box is. It's like him saying, "Oh, I have seen a little bit of evidence. Let's say I have seen, like light signals, or let's just say there's some like form of implying evidence that the box is red, right? And so he takes that a little bit of implying evidence and makes the claim, asserts that the box is red. All I'm doing is saying it's possible. Let's say I take those same light waves and give a equal scientific analysis on why the box is blue. And then I say, well, the box is possibly blue, or the box is possibly blue. I never say the box is blue, but I say it's possibly blue. And it's through the same evidence that he supplied.
Yeah.
It's through the same evidence he's supplying.
But then
And because I'm saying it's possibly true, through an equal amount of evidence, then he couldn't make the claim, at least if he's being logical here, that the box is red.
I think that you're potentially undervaluing the amount of evidence he has leading up to that to disprove his point. And that's understandable rhetorically within the context of a debate. But if you were to pull a gun to my head and ask me in that same situation, hey, which one of these guys is right? Personally, I always side on the guy who favors more evidence rather than
Can you give me a piece of evidence that he supplied that I didn't also get my conclusion from?
Holy fuck, dude! I don't know if I can review this whole fucking debate in real time again.
Well, the thing is, there's not a piece of evidence that he appealed to define his conclusion that I also didn't appeal to.
I just wish, I guess, I saw that then from your arguments in a strong way.
If you want to tell me the outlier here, I can tell you. I'll concede to you right now if you can tell me the outlier.
All I'm telling to you is based on my memory of the current debate. Because look, I'm not here to debate any of these points for any person here, because I'm also not going to get involved as a third party and start arguing for whichever group. I'm just telling you based on not what you're going to tell me in the future, but based on what I had heard and witnessed within the context of the debate. That's how I would decide.
Yeah, I'm fine with you saying. I'm completely fine with you saying that from what you remember, even though you couldn't bring it up, that he had more evidence and I had like a drastic amount of more rhetorical skill. I'm fine, and I think that would give like a positive look on me. Yeah, sure, I'm fine with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It sounded like you were much better rhetorically, and Jobber had more information or like a more solid argument, and you were more just trying to rhetorically deconstruct what he was establishing. That sounds like a pretty fair assessment of what was happening, right?
Fine, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, even to me, whatever.
All right, so
all I gotta say up to that, or to that, is like, okay, you guys came to like an alright understanding, but Lumos said that Dio was winning rhetorically, and Jobber was winning with evidence. Well, the problem that I have with that is more so like, if Dio was winning rhetorically, meaning that like he was arguing his points better or defending his points or claims better, I think that he would definitely win the debate over like someone who has good evidence in your eyes but can't argue it well. I feel like the person who argues it better would win the debate. But I don't know how you feel about that, Lumos, but we can discuss that.
I mean, I personally, this could be a bias whenever it comes to me personally. Whenever I'm looking at things, I solely look at evidence. Like that's the thing that concerns me the most, especially because like if you know anything about me, I'm all about like cosmology scaling. All I really genuinely care about is the information that's delivered. People can deliver it in a variety of interesting ways, and they can be really entertaining doing that. But at the end of the day, that's like my sole purpose. So I just value like evidence and stuff like that a little bit more. So my bias would be towards evidence, and it sounds like you're more invested in the idea of like crushing somebody with rhetoric, right? So you might just be more biased in the field of like rhetorical skills.
Yeah, what I gotta bring up though to that is more so like I feel like rhetoric is what sets good debaters from bad debaters. I think it's like a huge factor because like if I gave like a personal example, I feel like I'm like a very, very, very good JoJo debater, and me and my friend Frank, I made a lot of good scales and like a lot of good evidence. But as opposed to me arguing this evidence to someone versus like someone who's a lot worse than me that I give the evidence to, if they can't argue it, they're gonna lose because they don't know how to argue the evidence as opposed to me, and I do know how to argue the evidence.
The way I saw that was I'm not sure that I saw it that way in the fact that somebody wasn't presenting the evidence. The evidence was presented, which is keep in mind in mindset, which is the most important thing. Now you can be shitty at telling them about that information, but the point was given across via the evidence, which is kind of what I'm after. And honestly, Hype, I'm not sure you and me will.
You just cut out.
Like on that in general, just like from a personal perspective, because that's what
you cut out.
I don't know, dude. You and me are very set in our ways in terms of what drives us in a debate. So honestly, we're both probably just gonna come at a standstill here. Let's just call it a fucking even debate. Obviously, both people know kind of what was going on.
Loomis, even if he did win this point, that would be a tie on the second point and like a decisive victory for me. I don't think that's an even debate.
Wait, how would that be a decisive victory? You won.
I'll tell you. So if you win this sub point,
no. I gave him the point for like the evidence. I gave you the rhetorical side, and I gave him the evidence.
Yeah. So I'll tell you.
I'm saying those two would be even, right?
In this second point, right? That's what you've been here for.
I was referring to the totality of what I've heard, which I believe.
Yeah, have you heard the entire debate? I don't think so.
Yeah, Dio won the first point. He won a first point.
Okay, if that's the case, I must have completely missed the first point. This last point, I will, like I said, I did say I favor Jobber on this last one, right? Because he provided the evidence. Okay, so based on what I've heard, that last point, I would give it to him. Now, outside of that, like I said, I gave you a point for being a better rhetorically, which was involved in what I heard, but I don't know if there was other points beyond that. So even if there was another point beyond that, what are the points that were established before that, right? Is you beat him on some other point somewhere?
Yeah, our first point, I decisively won, like pretty quickly too.
Okay, so then it should be
not very quickly.
Keep in mind, from my eyes, 1v1, right, in the point scoring system.
Yeah, but if you're gonna call this even, I think you would have to say there would be no decisive one.
Okay, hold up. So if we're referring to the point specifically, right? The point was I agreed with the logic and evidence that he had placed out. That's who I favored in this specific conversation. Though I was willing to say you were very rhetorically destructive on the battlefield, which is why I was also willing to give you like a point during this. Now, that being said, keep in mind, to me, logic's the most important thing, which is why I established him as having the point for this conversation.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Yeah,
I think you just value something like completely different than a majority of people.
Yeah, that's fine. Evidence? I'm just saying, like,
I think most people, like, I don't know. I feel like if I pull like 10 people out of my friends list, and let's say they didn't know me, I could actually probably prove that. Let's say they didn't know me.
I mean,
And-
that's 100% true, but that's also the most biased argument you could use in defense of yourself possible, right? Dude?
Why? Why is that biased? I don't think that's biased.
Because you're just polling 10 people that's specifically in your communities, right?
Well, our community is much larger than your community, so I would say it would represent the largest amount of debaters within.
How would you know? What communities do you
Wait,
know?
I can pull up a server that I'm part, like, that's a subsect of my community, like a very small subsect.
You don't
maybe
know
like
what
1 or
community
2%
at all. but
Well,
like, you get my
I'm referring
point,
to
right?
this community. I'm referring to this community, right here in Jobbers community.
Okay. I will admit that I am not one to be much like other people, but at my core, evidence is important to me whenever proving a point, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm just saying that I
Yeah,
would
that's
say
cool.
a majority of people
Oh,
would disagree
okay.
with you.
That's 100% fair. If people want to disagree with me that evidence is important in a debate, I'm cool with that.
Not that I just think most people would agree that, like, if you rhetorically dominate someone to a point where they can't prove their evidence without just like crumbling, I would say like someone would value that rhetorical gap that it is so extensive
I guess I just
over
didn't
a
see that.
relatively equal amount of evidence.
I guess I just didn't see that based on the last bit that I saw. I could be wrong based on the first half. That's 100% fair. I just didn't see you absolutely like smashing his arguments. But then again, that would be more like evidentiary based, which was mainly what I was looking for, versus like rhetorically trying to bounce around and attack his point from like
I
a
mean,
variety
if it
of
means anything, the first point was maybe a tenth of the size of the second point, and I had a direct concession.
Damn.
It was a direct concession. It wasn't a judgment. It was a direct
Yeah,
concession.
Like that's 100%. I missed out on that, and once again, it sounds like rhetorically you were dominant in that first part, right? So even based on my initial assessment of the last half, that seems to be pretty accurate or pretty true, right?
Yeah, I think I was pretty rhetorically dominant through the whole thing. What I would ask of you to say that you have more, that he has more evidence than me, is the same thing I did before, and you didn't really answer me, and that's fine because you're not a judge. You don't have to answer me. But is just like to point out a piece of evidence that I also didn't appeal to.
Actually, to give context to the reason why I conceived the first point in the first place.
Because you got bitched? Yeah, that's why.
No, and that wasn't even necessary in the first place. Context to the reason why. I don't know why you guys have such a problem with me trying to explain some context. Anyways, the context, the reason why I conceived the first point is because y'all wanted me to give evidence in a certain way, and y'all explained it thoroughly to me why you think Dia won the point. I think it was Hype and I think it was Isk, right? Y'all explained to me.
Yes.
Yeah, Isk. Y'all explained to me like why and how he won the point. I was like, okay, all right, cool. I mean, I disagree with it, but cool, fine. I'll concede the point and move on, and I'm going to use that same explanation. Y'all get. Let me finish. I'm going to use that
Let
same
me finish.
explanation.
I'm so scared of you, bro. My shivers are timbered.
What'd you just say? Your shivers are timbered.
I'm
What
going to
the fuck?
explain, right? What was it? The reason why I could see that first point in general. It's so what is in Hype explains to me on why Dia won the point. I took into consideration. I was like, okay, cool, and I did everything they told me to do for the second point, and I was literally met with the same answer. It was like, oh, well, there's a possibility, and I was like, well, keep in mind that's the first thing I called them. The first thing I was like, well, this is kind of stupid. You're just appealing the possibility. They're all talking about the same thing, but now I did everything. There's actually absolutely no reason for y'all to say that I did everything y'all wanted me to do.
Okay, so hold up. All of that complete water under the bridge. At the end of the day, here's the real question. Hype, what do you believe?
About what?
What, like, both of these people argued for different perspectives. At the end of the day, what do you now genuinely believe about the topic?
Like who would win? Like GR versus Wonder of You?
Yeah, was your opinion changed at all due to the conversation at hand?
I mean, not really.
Okay, that's all I was after. I was just curious because like I missed out on that first half. And what is your current opinion? Just curious.
I think that GR like body slams him, and it's just like, you know, obviously Dio arguing like what I would normally argue because he thinks the same thing I do, but when it comes to it, it's like throughout the debate, all that happened was like Jobber like presented scaling for his character, and Dio just like slapped it out of the sky, and then we just ended the debate. Like that's really it. Like there was no scaling going on for Wonder Review.
What?
So like all I can say is like there wasn't really anything going on for me to like my opinion to be changed on it. Just like I still think the same thing.
I mean, I could say for a fact, since I was there for the whole debate, that's entirely a lie.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what would you say?
Hold up, Jobber.
Yes.
Even though that may be the case, maybe that could be your fault for not having conveyed that as extreme and hardcore as you should. So maybe, obviously, that should be a point we tackle next time if you do have a debate. Is just be like, yo, I'm not moving on this shit till we like hash this out and like make the judge make a note of it, right? Because either you conveyed that point and it was forgotten, or B, you didn't do a good enough job conveying that point, and that was his point, right? And that's kind of reinforced by the idea he thought you were a little bit rougher on the rhetorical side, right?
Yeah.
Bro, why you? It's kind of weird. I don't know. This wouldn't be me. This looks like like if you're gonna talk about like something I did, Jobber, and then mute me so I can't defend myself. You know, that sounds like a bad thing, right?
I mean, true, Dio, but you do have to admit on the same page, you are pretty good at interrupting people.
Yeah. Wait. You know, in the middle of the debate, he was unironically like, "Oh, I don't care if I'm gonna interrupt you. When you start talking, I'm just gonna interrupt."
So
you.
you
I mean, that's fair.
The context
Hold
from
up.
that. The context.
Hold
though.
up. Either way, you're still
Don't take these
doing
nuts. Like what? Get it back.
either way, you're like still doing it, right? That's not helping the conversation.
Oh yeah, I'm a villain, bro. I interrupt people 24/7. It's like half my rhetorical style.
Oh, okay. It just seems weird that, like, personally, now that the debate's done and we're no longer arguing for the sake of arguing, we're still like interrupting each other and like distorting the flow of the conversation from getting to what we actually want to talk about, right?
I mean, I have nothing more to talk about. We have a
Then why
like
you
a clear,
interrupting?
because it's fun to make Jobber mad. Like,
So that's all this is just making people
Pretty
mad.
much.
Okay.
wait, yeah, I think it's very enjoyable to make people mad. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie.
All right.
Wow.
Fuck, where in the hell were we? I was trying to get to something important. I don't even know where the fuck we were.
I don't know. I think I'm very content, especially like with like the judgment from the audience. Like your judgment was like a relatively equal judgment, and we kind of came to a conclusion on that.
Yeah, hype.
It's
I think
said
hype
very-
favors your opinion 100%. I don't think it would be absurd to say that he sits in your corner 100%. Right, hype? That's a pretty fair assessment.
Wait, say that again.
I would say pretty safely, at least from what it sounded like from you, that you sided with Dio in this debate, right? You'd give Dio the win.
Oh yeah, like not in a biased way. I feel like
No.
Dio, like,
I'm just
legitimately
saying,
won.
like,
Yeah.
if you were just gonna like slam a stamp down, and obviously I wasn't here for the whole thing. You guys had a lot of shit going on at the beginning, like I just missed out on. So there was important context I missed out on. The hype might be able to give obviously a better opinion on. I'm just letting you guys know from what I saw.
Yeah, and you know what this means, Jobber? You have to give me control of this server, boy. Give me that owner. I'm trolling.
Ayo, Dio, as a genuine question, theoretically, if you did take his statements as true, like if those were true, would you disagree with his statement, with his scaling?
Yeah, but I think his like statements are like wacky.
No,
Like,
that's
I don't
okay.
think
No, that's okay. That's all. I was just curious
we're
to
gonna
see,
steel
like,
man
if that
everything,
one
if we're gonna-
conversation of him referring to, like, you guys were having a disagreement on two people referring to different characters at a certain point in time, and it sounded like that was like the crux of the conversation. If that was the case, like if that was true, then you would buy his scaling, right?
If I took everything from its steelman position at its greatest stance, of course, yeah.
So you're saying his position is only viable if you assume the most extreme possibilities, right?
Yeah, because I think all of his statements were like pretty ridiculous, especially when he started talking about Wonder View being logic itself. I think that's very, very, very ridiculous. Like,
no, that's okay.
to
I
see
was just
that-
curious to
to
see
that
like,
is, so unsemantically true within everything Joe Jolion has ever put out, and I haven't even read Joe Jolion. You know that? Like, unironically, but
wait,
every
how
time
would
someone
you know
that's, like,
then?
because every time I've seen somebody that's read Joe Jolion 8 times try to prove something like to me, it always fails. They never win the debate.
Oh, okay. So that first part was just a little confusing to me. All right. I was just curious to hear like your reasonings, because keep in mind, reasoning and logic, like, two things I value more so than anything. And if that crux was to be offered, then that's fair. No, I got you.
He would just have to prove that to me, which I think is pretty unreasonable. So I don't think he could.
Yeah. You
Are
could
we
say-
done here?
We've been done here, hype. I already won.
All right. Well, all right, bet. I'm gonna hold on.
It just took longer than it needed to be.
Yes.
Yeah. This guy hype is calling me. I'm gonna go pack him. 1 second.